Hello, Gary Con. Can't be there in person, but we sure as heck can be here tonight. I hope you guys are as excited as I am. This has been a trick in the making. I think since December when I was on their show. They had me on during their big bash. We decided that we wanted to talk about their product they had coming out, which was their Kickstarter. I was super pumped for that. It's amazing, and we'll talk about that during the intermission, but what I did is I turned the interview into my interview, because that's what I do, and I offered to run a game through them. But by doing that, I tricked them. And I tricked them by saying, hey, I need 3 words from you guys. This is how Iron GM works. And now this is written down from December. I have no notes. This is the paper I'm using. And the words tonight are assassin, named Orion, the concept of forgiveness, and ocelot oil. And I think specifically Matt said beard oil, but he's not here, so I'll do whatever I want. I hope you guys are ready for a great show. We're going to be doing Pathfinder 2E in my custom world of Ethauntia. They have their own PCs or player characters are going to be playing during this. One of the cast members from Ethauntia Dark Tides is on here, Drew, who plays Voss or Volg. This is a PG-13. I will try to keep my normal way of speaking down for everybody, but I ain't promising too much. All right, everybody. I'd like to welcome my guests. Let's start with Ingrid. Ingrid, Paul, how are you doing, buddy?
I'm good. I'm excited to be here. Looking forward to playing. This is, as you said, a long time coming. Mm-hmm. We've been talking about this since last year when we were first started talking about our Pathfinder Chronicles. But I'm playing Ingrid, a abandoned bard. So my soul and body are only loosely connected, which is actually not that far removed from me in everyday life.
Definitely not after a Kickstarter. You barely feel whole when a Kickstarter ends. So Abandoned for the World of Ethauntia is pretty special. They are a group that passed when everything got dark and all the water in the world was pulled away and was replaced with these negative energy dark tides. You can't swim in them. You can't float in them. And they carry all the plague and disease that you would get from like mummy rot to ghoul fever to all those things. And when they died in them, they had nowhere to go because souls have no purgatory anymore. And because of that, they bound back to their body and refettered themselves. And now when they rest, they leave their body, let the body rejuvenate, and they come back. And when they do that, they go right back to the state in which they died. So if you rest today, keep in mind what you look like when you died, because that is what you're going to look like when you go to sleep.
Wow.
Next up, we have John. John, I don't think we've got to hang out at all. You're playing Xandrite. Want to give us a little bit about you with Beadle and Grimm and who Xandrite is?
I am. I'm playing Xandrite. I'm perfectly prepared to crash and burn totally tonight.
I can help you.
I am Xandrite. I do a lot of production work with Beadle and Grimm's. I work with a lot of the artists, which is my favorite part of the job. Do some writing. Work with getting our boxes out with the production vendor. But tonight I am playing Xandrite, and Xandrite is an elven monk, and he has like gray stone-like skin with ancient Silurian runes that are etched into his skin that sort of have a little bit of like a glow to them, and a gem embedded in my chest. I am sure to be ultimately engaging.
I mean, he is a elf of culture and loves the elven ways. He's looking for a muse to kind of teach all of this too, because he is not only one of the oldest people here, he's one of the oldest people in Ethauntia. He is someone pre-sundering, which means after all this bad stuff happened 57 years ago, he dates that by 2,000 years. But he has been in a form of contemplation for about 1,500 years. So get ready to really know a lot about one place that you were in for 1,500 years. I don't care where that is. You can pick it. With that,
Patience wins out.
Yeah, patience wins out for sure. Justice, you and I have talked a couple times. We haven't played a game together. You're playing Fen. Give us a little bit about you with Beadle and Grimm and who Fen is.
Yeah, so my name is Justice. I am a goblin at Beadle and Grimm's. I couldn't tell you what I actually do there, but I just try my best. So I am playing Fen.
Okay.
I am a human circle of ash druid, which I've just learned that has nothing to do with fire. It's more like an ash tree. So evidently, I am very in tune with nature. That makes sense for a druid. And I have a leshy familiar, which I've been told could be an acorn.
Oh God. Sure.
So,
sure, it could be an
feeling
acorn.
that.
Let's start those Iron GM curveballs right away.
I like it. Yeah. So I'm very optimistic. I'd like to think that my leshy familiar acorn is sort of like a Sesame Street character that keeps me upbeat and happy at all times. Because I have a positive outlook on life. And the circle of ash has taught me about cherishing life and definitely not burning anything.
I mean, you can burn stuff if it's against what you believe in. I will let you fire stuff away. It's one episode.
Okay, good.
And with that, it brings us to Everett, the captain of the Silver Spur. Drew, who plays Voss over on Ethauntia Dark Tides. This is a little departure from your normal character.
A little bit, yeah. This is some righteous vengeance that's going on. When this happens, Eric, where are we in our timeline? Is Merrifield
57 AS, and we are right when they left before Merrifield was sucked away into the Lantern.
Okay.
That's why they came in late.
Got it. Okay. Captain Everett Kane, he is a hunter by trade. He is the captain of the airship, the Silver Spur. Most recently, he came back from a hunt and found out that the bounty lodge that gives most of the more dangerous bounties to me had sent my son off on a job to do solo while I was west of the Maw, which the Maw is it's a mountain range, and there's kind of like the winds that blow over it are so cold and fierce you can't fly over it, and there's actually a lock, kind of like the Panama Canal, and you have to go from one side of the mountains to the other. So it takes a little bit of time, even if you have papers to do so. The world is a theocracy.
So your son made it, right? Totally went well?
Oh yeah, no. He apparently returned. I returned home and found that my son had succumbed to a lichen curse, and he fled the lodge because of the job they sent him on. I don't know what the status is, but I am hunting for my son. This is after I got back, found out that they kind of sent him off to do this alone. So I barred the doors and burned the lodge to the ground.
So you are not part of Beadle and Grimm, obviously, but you're definitely part of our show over on Erik Frankhouse Presents. We'll do a bunch of extra stuff with these guys. Maybe in intermission, we got some stuff for you to watch. And then at the end as well, we'll wrap up. But I want to dive us in. I took that 10 minutes to get everyone antiquated or ready to go. But I am super ready. And I'm going to take us into what is the beginning of maybe the end of the Silver Spur. Are we all ready?
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
All right, let me get the proper music for Ethauntia going. All the music here is from Norse Foundry. They have DMCA-free music, sponsor of our show. I love them. If you're a streamer or you want atmospheric music, their stuff is the jam. This is their horror stuff, so I apologize in advance, everybody. If anyone in the audience...
Have like 10 albums.
Yeah, if the music's too quiet at all, you let me know. I will turn this stuff up. You'll notice in stream loot cards just popped up. I am giving away some packs of cards as well to interact with the show tonight. The way this works is pretty simple. Stream loots is how you as the viewers or the citizens, if we were doing this on EFP, can interact with us and be involved. And when you do that, you get to give hero points, new gear, money.
Hero points are important, please.
Yeah, because I'm not giving them any. And there's your link. Free packs. I think there's like 20 or 30 free packs there. Claim one and start playing cards on stream. I will be able to see them, and I will tally them up during intermission to refresh their hero point pool, to give them money for situations they may need. And any of the cards that don't make sense to you, that's because they are part of our other stream. But I got something special tonight. Any of the extra cards that are played during this time frame, I will give everybody one extra silver bullet.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Which is not going to be enough for the chaos that I am going to cause tonight. All right, everybody. Let's take us to the Silver Spur. Tonight is something special. They have finally received information on where the son of Everett could be. They say out near the mountains, there is a small forest. And in this forest, apparently, there has been a lodge that has appeared out of nowhere. This happened at the same time back in Merrifield, where that city has disappeared. No one knows that there's a tie to the two, but the rumor has been given that the son of Everett has been seen here. So now, here is our characters for the night, so everybody can see what we look like, because I figured that would be nice for all of our tokens. This is the house known as the Everston Manor that has vanished on screen right now. It's an old, dilapidated building that is not in the best shape. But it vanished right as you guys were departing. And what you have found instead is a small portal leading to here. So, the map you see on screen right now is the landing point for the Silver Spur. You have not departed yet. You're hovering over top of this forest that's in the middle of this oily, slick snowfall that clings to everything. Think of it like if you were to take oil and put it in a frozen form and drop it from the sky. It stains the sails. Your ship flies through the power of a spirit that is fettered to the engine. Your crew is yourselves and a few deckhands that help out. Flying over top, you can see two small campfires through this heavy snow coming down. One of your crewmates comes up, Zogs, which was not picked for the night. He's a Volg, which are like Skeksis. They're this vulture-like race. He's dressed well. He's got a big tri-corner hat on. He's got two pistols and a rifle over his shoulder. Comes up to the captain and says, "Hey, Captain, I'm pretty sure this is the spot we're supposed to land. There's a bunch of, I don't know, they look human, but they smell different. I scouted down, made my way back up on the glider, and we talking somewhere between a dozen and 24 of these bastards down here."
What do they smell like?
Cat.
What?
They smell like wet cat. You know that smell. That stuff that, like, you know that smell like when Larry shows up and he sleeps in your bed after getting rained on. It's like that smell.
I hate that cat.
Don't worry, he's dead. I ate him.
Okay, Alf.
He pulls out He pulls out a pickled jar with a paw in it. You hungry?
Definitely not.
You're lost, man.
Terrible. Are we still up in the air or have we landed? Like, are any of them approaching us?
You're the captain. Up to you. How high would you like to fly?
I'm going to say we're probably at least 40 up.
40? Okay. That's like right down at the tops of the trees here.
Yeah. I'm going to move to I'll have the first mate take over the helm, and I'll move into to see what everybody is doing on deck. Call them in.
All right. Well, the camera slides across the deck and goes to Xandrite, Fen, and Ingrid gathered around, passing a spyglass around, looking down into the scene below.
Interesting.
Yeah. Zox comes over. He's like, "Cap says we got to be ready. He's on his way over. So whatever you're doing, finish it up quick." And he walks away and heads down deck.
So interesting. I wonder what's down there.
Can you see anything, I say? And maybe I could lift my little acorn buddy over the edge of this here ship to take a look and see if they can spot anything. What do you all think?
I think that's a fine idea. Cats are graceful and beautiful creatures.
Yes, I don't approve of the pickle jar I saw. I'm a vegetarian myself. I prefer chickpeas.
I have pickled chickpeas too, if you want, as he pokes up from the below deck.
I would love pickled chickpeas anytime. Thank you so much.
He hands you a jar. There's pickled chickpeas in the bottom. There's like 2 eyes floating.
Oh, yes. Thank you. This was such a great gift. I will put this in my bag for a snack later.
Yeah, whatever you want to do, man. You just asked for pickled chickpeas, and I figured I'd hand you some of that shit.
Thank you.
Nobody wants to eat my fucking pickled food.
I once saw an amazing art exhibit that had 2 eyeballs in a glass of liquid. This reminds me of that.
Oh, I was going back to the old days when eyeballs were on display. So, Captain, you make your way over as this group's kind of talking. They're passing the spyglass around, looking down into the area below.
Am I getting anything, Erik, off of what he said, like scent-wise?
Not from where you are, no. Too high.
Okay.
You have to be ground floor. He went all the way down and came back. You know, he is one of the Volg that are descendant of gliders. He actually has the ability to fly.
Got it. He can fly back up too?
Mm-hmm.
Neat. All right.
What would the group like to do? The lead is to here. There are campfires.
Walk over and be like, gentlemen, this is undoubtedly the spot we were told about, but Zox, he said I mean, you know, his nose is pretty good. He says they smell like cat, but they look human. Now, doing what we do, I haven't encountered a werecat of any kind. Really, have I ever, Erik?
Never.
No.
Erik, have I heard any story? Has Ingrid heard any stories of?
There we go.
Cats.
Bardic.
Give me a. Do you have nature?
I do. I have nature. I have occultism. I have.
Give me a nature roll. So, for those who are not familiar with Pathfinder, there's a DC, but critting isn't just a 20 anymore. It's anytime you're 10 over the DC. There's the opposite end, too, though. A 1 isn't the only critical failure anymore. If you're 10 under, it is also a critical failure. So, I can give you crappy information depending on how you roll. Give me a roll.
Yeah. I'm just looking to see if I have a. All right. Okay. I'm gonna roll nature, and that is a 29.
That is really good. It is not a critical, but it is really good. So,
Can I assist? I do have lycanthrope lore.
Yes, you can assist with lycanthrope lore. Sure. We can cheese the GM tonight, everybody. Let's go.
I'm just checking. It's a short show. That's a 19.
You need a 20. Sorry.
Oh, that's right.
You can spend your hero point if you want. The one single hero point I have given you to survive so far.
Ingrid, what did you do? You know
Nobody's
anything
playing
of
cards
these,
yet. I'm not playing it yet.
These,
Funny he mentioned smelling like wet cats because I've heard stories.
So here's what you would know. You have heard that there are such things as werecats. They're not super common. this particular breed that would be in this area is not going to be like a tiger or a lion or anything like that. There are actually descendants of shifters, like house cats, people who can transform between human and animal. But they're really dangerous because they usually hide amongst people better than a were creature can.
I'm quite frightened of a song I once heard, my bardic friend, about cat scratch fever. Is there any danger of our cohorts aboard this ship being these werecats you've mentioned?
Oh, you know what? Give me a perception check. That's a really good starting question before I kill everybody.
Okay, I send my acorn, Felmo, to look about. Felmo, totally copyright-free Felmo. You can only see the top half of them.
Is he red?
No, actually, magenta.
Oh, okay. Okay.
And so I assume they use their own perception. They have a perception of...
They do?
It must be higher up on here. Don't worry, I'll find it eventually. +9, so it's a respectable 14.
And you're asking him if he knows anything?
I'm sending Felmo to walk about. I've just put him in his mushroom leather coat because it's cold out here, and I don't want Felmo to get cold. So he's walking about in his adorable little coat and surveying the ship.
I'm killing that.
Felmo warm. Thank you, Felmo. Perfect.
Yeah, he doesn't. Felmo doesn't know anything. But 14 is not good enough. Do you have nature? I'm pretty sure you're trained in nature as well, right?
Nature, yes. I could use nature.
I would hope so. You're a druid. If you don't have nature, you failed class.
'Tis but a 16.
So between all of you, if there are werecats in this area, they have to be shifters. They're probably not cursed. There's lycanthropes that are born with a curse, and there are lycanthropes that are given the curse through a bite, a scratch, or something similar. Shifters are a lineage that are usually born with it. They can give it to somebody else, but they're usually born that way.
So these are dangerous.
Yeah.
But the chances of them being here with us since we've just arrived seems slim, but we must approach with caution. Captain, I recommend we land in the shadows and approach with caution.
What's the
understood? Have they noticed us? Does it seem?
No, they don't actually. They just have fires going. They're sitting in the snow. There's a bunch of tents down there, but nothing.
If there's room, I think I'm going to set it down right where we're at the entrance to this little clearing here.
Okay, so you have the option to set it down. You have a 4-deck ship. You can see the ship actually over on the right-hand side of the map. You have a 4-deck ship. Pretty good. They're sleeping quarters. They're mostly cots. It's not made for long travel. Usually stop in cities to rest. Setting it down there's not too bad. I would need a pilot check from you. If you don't have pilot on there, it's consider yourself expert in it and trained, because I don't think it let me fill the skill.
Oh, gotcha. Let me write that down real quick.
It would be a intelligence, wisdom, or dex, your choice, depending on how you confer with the spirit. If you just maneuver the ship, it's dex. If you confer with the spirit, it's wisdom. If it's about telling somebody else to do it, it's intelligence.
Probably. Well, okay. That would be my... If I tell my second mate to do, or my first mate to do it, then it'd probably be intelligence. So
yep. If you want him to do it, I can roll for you. I hear the creepy sound of audio in the background. A card's getting played. Oh, look at these hero points.
Yes.
No.
Keep them coming. So yeah, I'll tell him to go ahead and set it down. That's going to be 15.
15? So he sets it down like a charm. Between the two trees, no brushes, no branches touch, nothing. As it settles, when you get about halfway, there's a man behind the rock that hops out and starts to sprint towards the rest of his group, yelling.
What's he yelling?
I would need to know if anyone speaks the language. Does anybody here speak High Cadraic?
Yes, I speak High Cadraic.
So High Cadrake
As
and
do I.
Ethauntia is like what nobles would speak throughout all of Ingrad. Regular Cadrake is your common. He's running back saying, "The Silver Spur is here! Get everybody out! The Silver Spur is here! Back to the manor!" And the men start going in their tents, grabbing out items, packages, gear, and they get ready to sprint towards the house on the east side.
What does that house look like? Is it is it just a simple wooden structure? Is it a fortified fort?
So as you walk up to the bow and look out, the camera pans down behind you. There is this eerie greenish blue glow around the ground on it. The ground is split in places. There's actual grass there with no snow on it. And the house is 2 stories. There's one, like a T, that's 2 stories tall. And then when you came down, you can see there's a lower back half, like a longhouse. The front part is up on stilts, and it goes up into a small mountain, like the hills touch the mountain passage area. Other than that, it doesn't look like it has a basement unless the back half happens to have something, but it is 2 stories. It is a pretty large building, big double doors on the front, and there's an overhang so you can't see much else that's on the porch.
Are those trees on either side?
Sure is. Trees and stone. Yeah. Trees shown in shadow. And they all start sprinting this way.
Erik, what's my son's name?
Up to you.
I'll go with Jacob.
And Jacob it is. I've written a total of 3 things down. All right. So they start sprinting away. What do you want to do?
I'm going to shout out hold at the one running away. I'm looking for Jacob Kane.
Are you going to give me an
intimidate? I might
intimidate?
find him here.
Diplomacy? How do you want to go about doing that?
Let's see here.
And is everybody else getting off the ship?
Yes.
Or are you all staying on the ship?
Well, I'm going to follow the captain. If he gets off the ship, I'm going to join him.
He would jump down.
Okay.
Well,
Yeah, I'm going to do the same, and I'm going to be singing with cat-like tread.
Okay.
Very cautiously moving about.
So Zox comes back out of the hold, comes up, and he's like, late again. And he walks forward, but he walks to the deck to the harpoon that's on the front and turns it and levels it at the building.
God.
oh,
I will probably be using diplomacy because I'm trying to be nice right now. So that's going to be dirty 20.
Calling it now, this is the only diplomacy check he makes for the rest of this game.
Probably.
So as the man stops in his tracks, he turns back and you get like that weird glint that you do off of cat eyes, like green shimmer. He's still human. He turns, and then when he moves backward, he kind of like pulls his jacket up over his head. And when it falls and you hear like this wet, meaty thump as a oversized, like jaguar-like creature starts running towards the cabin.
Vikings. I'm going to pull out my pistol.
Okay, that's an action. Now, I need to know if we're going into encounter mode. We're in exploration right now. There's no real rounds. It's kind of free form. If you're going into combat, I need to know.
I'm going to fire a warning shot.
So you just boom in the air. So there goes one silver bullet. Mark that off.
And I say, freeze. And I'm going to say it in Howler.
All right. Are you going to intimidate?
Yeah.
Is anybody else here good at intimidation that would like to stand firm and help him?
I'll assist.
Give me a roll. You're looking for a 20 to assist in PF2.
No, that would not be a 20.
You didn't assist him.
No,
what do you got there,
much help.
Captain Everett?
God damn it. I really didn't want to use this now. I'm going to use my hero point because...
Oh.
That's good. Hero points are important, everybody. When they die, they have to spend all of their hero points to stabilize if they don't want to make their rolls. He now has 0. We did have
so that's going to be... It's going to be a 19 intimidation.
People saving your butts over here. A lot of parts. 19. That is 1 over my DC. He stops in his tracks. It runs about 10 foot forward, gets near the tent. You can see it's like looking to the tent, looking back, looking to the tent, looking back. I will also change the side for the creature. And he's about right here, looking at this tent to get in.
I'm going to level my gun. I'm like, I have not come here to harm you. I have come to find my son. And I'm going to start walking towards him.
Okay, you can take one stride before I'm going to do something. Everybody can take one action. A stride is a movement in this game. Your movement is how much you move each action. I didn't realize this was also going to be Teach PF2 night. It's actually kind of nice.
Yeah, I actually appreciate it.
Yeah, I'll do one full stride, so that puts me to there.
All right,
Just
so he
to close
stops.
the distance.
What about everybody else?
I'm going to do it. Oh, go ahead.
No, you go. Go.
I'm going to do. Is a double stride a thing? Because I want to.
So
run this guy.
One action moves you 25 or whatever your movement is. Another action moves you the same distance again.
Yeah. So my movement is 40.
So one stride will move you 40. A second stride will move you 80. Welcome to being a monk.
Yeah.
If you want to do 3, you can even do 3 if you wanted to.
No, I don't think so. I think a double move will get me to that guy, and maybe I can like tackle him in the snow. I want to.
So this is 50. Yeah, that's 80 foot right on top of him. If you want to grab a hold of him. So is your job, are you going to try to grapple this guy and tackle him then? Is that what you're doing?
I am. Yeah.
All right.
Yep.
Give me a attack roll versus my DC. If you have any bonuses to grappling, add that stuff in. Do not forget you have a hero point, which allows you to reroll.
Yeah.
Trying to do this peacefully.
I rolled a 12. I got a 26 to hit.
So you grab him. He's a 24. You pin him into the snow. You pull his hands behind his backs. And I believe somebody in the group has manacles.
Not me.
I might.
I didn't say who it was. That's on you.
Checking.
So you took all 3 actions. This is going to put us into initiative, everybody. All I need you to do is roll me an initiative. We'll go down the list for what skill you'd be using. Cool thing in Pathfinder 2e is your initiative is based on the skill that makes sense for the scene you are in. We are going for exploration, which is basically acting mode, into encounter mode, which is turn by turn like we all know. Drew, you were getting ready to shoot, but you used intimidation last. Please, what was your intimidation number?
19.
All right, so 19 for the cap.
Oh, wait, sorry. Did you want me to roll again?
Nope,
that was what I used for the intimidation.
What you rolled's fine. 19. You grappled him and tackled him. I will give you your 26 versus me, Xandrite. And then nobody else decided they were doing anything yet. Is there anything you would be doing that would institute your initiative being a different skill, or are we opting to perception?
So I was going to take this opportunity to, now that we're on the ground and closer, really look at what these werecats or shifters are doing and try to get a sense of are they aggressive? Are they retreating? So whether that's perception or nature, maybe.
I'll give you 2 different things. Perception is going to be how they look, and nature is going to be recalling information on them. Whichever you want.
Yeah. I'm going to go with perception because I want to get a sense of what they're up to.
Give me a roll.
Insight. Okay, here we go. That's a 24.
That's really good. All right, so 24. And that will give us Ingrid. Okay. So as you're looking over them, and Justice, keep in mind what you want to do for yours. As you're looking over them, perception, not only did you see them run, they grabbed a bunch of bags. The thing you notice in the bags that is odd, there's a bunch of them that have an embossed E like stitched into the bags that they're carrying away, with 2 circles around it, almost like lenses. You see another one that has the symbol for the true faith, which is 4 hands, kind of like in a clock at all the 4 corners with a diamond in the middle. You know that these must be bags from the true faith. The world is ruled, or at least where you are, by a theocracy. And that's what that other one is. But the biggest thing you notice is some of the bags were moving when they were running with them.
Got it.
Large enough to be human, kid to human sized.
Okay.
Like teen to human.
Gotcha.
And then you got a 24, so that puts you at the 24 spot. That takes us to our druid. What are you using? What skill are you using as we run into this initiative?
So I would have think that before this, I have this verdant weapon that's a seed that becomes, I guess, my bow staff. And I would be, Fen would be getting into like Sailor Moon mode. Like I would be spinning around, and all of the gloriousness of nature would spin around me as this seed extends, and he would plant that on the ground, and my acorn would transform as well and look like a slightly pointier pine cone. And we're just trying to look cool, basically. And there would definitely be like anime montage behind us when this happens. So I don't know what role that would be.
Performance? Do you have performance?
I actually have a +9 in performance, so
perfect.
Oh my God.
So that would be a 21.
All right, you're third in the initiative. Then I cannot believe that just happened. So we're gonna start with Xandrite. It will go then to Ingrid. Then it will go to Fen. After that will be the captain at 19, and I rolled a natural 1 for my initiative because they were surprised, and I did poorly for the creatures. And I obviously, as we go to single cam here for a moment, I don't think Justice has ever watched our show. This man is talking about Sailor Moon like this world has one. He's Rude Awakening's about to happen. So anyway, no, you guys couldn't hear me. That's fine. Don't worry about it. So as you all get ready to go, we're going to start the top of the initiative. You do your performance. I will say with that number, I'm going to say you beat 2 of the DCs for the people looking back over their shoulders. And they stop and look back, and they stop in their tracks as the rest of the party looks like they're going to continue moving. Now, because of this, we're going to do something special. I am going to refresh this map because this is actually animated. I wanted it in a static form because Roll20 has been struggle bussing it during GaryCon, y'all. We all are ruining Roll20 during GaryCon. Like, just round of applause for breaking the system. As we set up, we start with Xandrite. You have him pinned to the ground. What do you want to do?
So explain to me, is this is now a cat creature? Is that right?
It is. He is a person on all fours. You can hear bones popping as he's becoming more humanoid.
Okay. Does he smell good?
He smells wet, and he's oily slick from the snow that is stuck to him.
Does he smell like ocelot oil?
He smells like oil, not ocelot oil, but he smells like oil. Behind you, which you bounded over going to get him, is his clothes and the skin of what was left of him as a human in a pile on the ground.
Okay.
Ooh.
I will say I'm going to use a diplomacy check.
Okay.
And say, we are not here to hurt you. We are here to learn of Jacob. Speak to us, and we will not harm you.
All right, ballsy. Give me a diplomacy check. It's going to be a little harder because you are, I don't know, sitting in the sky. You weigh like 800 pounds. You're made of stone. The bones popping weren't his. It's from you. So give me a diplomacy roll.
All right, 15 plus 7, 22.
That's actually really solid. He stops. He kind of cranes his head back, and he's got real thin stripes. He is an ochre colored. His eyes are a bright green. He's got a humanoid shape to his face, but they're very lithe. And it turns back to you, and in High Cadraic, it would say, "You must work for the true faith. We have nothing to do with them anymore. We have devoured their ideas. Let me go, and we will not slay you and your friends. We know of the Silver Spur. You kill people like us."
So I speak Cadraic and Ancient Cadraic. Did I get any of that?
Yeah, Cadraic, you understand. Actually, with Ancient Cadraic, you know all of it. And there is a small flashback for you, being that you speak Ancient Cadraic. I need you to make me a straight recall knowledge check, It is based on society. If you don't have it, you just get your intelligence bonus. But I believe you have, or actually, you have ancient Solarian, right? Lore.
I do. Yes.
Roll that. That's perfect. You're like
Okay,
the only
16.
person in like 20 games to have that skill. 16. You have a small flashback. Before the times of darkness, the 4 years where the world was covered in blackness, there were a group of people who fought against the idea of the true faith coming into existence. Prior to this, just like Greek mythology, they worshipped tons of gods, or what they're known as keepers. Now, though, they are seen as cultists, and they are hunted down by the true faith and brought back, and they teach them about the true faith, trying to fix their religion, trying to make them a better person, teaching them that their keepers have forsaken them and walked away. You know that's not actually true. A lot of the keepers are around, but since their their followers have diminished, their power has diminished with them. If they are speaking this way and they are giving up against the true faith and not working with them and not working for them, they may worship one of the keepers, specifically Vorg, which is the keeper of were creatures, the moon, and hunting. It's possible. Best thing would be look for some form of an emblem or something on him. Right now, you don't see anything because all of his skin and belongings are back behind you like 20 foot.
Okay. All right. Well,
That was one action. You got two more. What do you want to do? Did you have handcuffs? Are you the one with the manacles?
I'm not. I'll call back to the captain and say, "Are we letting him go, sir?"
Can I answer? It's not my turn.
Yeah, you can talk freely as long as it's short. I mean, heck, you can just tell him to bring him there. He's got two more actions. He's got him grappled. I can't break it to my initiative.
Yeah, that'll work. Say, bring him here, and he'll holster his sidearm.
You holstered your sidearm?
I'll start dragging him. I'll drag him over.
All right, so when you're dragging someone, you can move half your movement. Oh no, you're a monk. That's one action.
Done.
Let me. It must be nice to be super fast. Let me drag him over for you. So you move over to the captain. You have one action left. Would you like to keep your grapple at what it is, or would you like to pin him and make it even more difficult for him? Basically, pull his arms up behind his back and hold him.
Yeah, I mean, if I have an opportunity to assist with the grapples when it's time for that to happen, that's what I'm attempting to do.
Hold your action then. So that takes us into Ingrid. Ingrid, you gave us what is known as Sailor Moon posing. You've stunned two of the people, wondering why you're so awkward, and they are looking back at you.
Yeah, no, that was Finn.
Oh, sorry, Finn. I'm sorry.
No,
Ingrid, you're not.
You're doing it right. This is the Beadle and Grimm's way. It's always Paul's fault.
No, always
Paul's. That unfortunately,
write that down.
Is both true and true.
Sailor Druid. God.
So no, I was the one. I had been looking closely at these were creatures, seeing the symbols. So I saw the True Faith symbol. Did I recognize the other symbol on those bags? With my feat of schooled in secrets.
Ooh, yes. There is one that is a circle with arrows pointing in and a long tongue hanging out of the circle.
Yeah, and that's Sailor Moon.
No, that's Vorg. If that was Sailor Moon, I would watch Sailor Moon more.
There we go.
I just want a flower.
So it's Vorg. Okay. All right. So I can see. So Truth Faith. I can see Sailor Vorg. And
Sailor Vorg.
I can't believe you've done this to me, Justice. This is Justice's fault.
I expect the guitar to be picked up and played at some point in time during your performance. I see two hanging behind you. Do not disappoint after intermission. Continue.
All right, I'm going to step forward in a loud voice directed at the other were creatures that are moving.
The ones back here?
Yeah, the ones back there. I'm going to say, In the name of Vorg, stop.
Ooh, I need a. You're lying to them because you don't follow Vorg. At least not that I know of. And if you do, that's news to me because it says true faith.
Yeah. No. I'm just in the name of Vorg. I'm not saying that I'm following Vorg, but in the name
All
of
right.
Vorg, we stop. And I'm gonna do this with well, what should this be? Should this be?
I don't know. What
deception?
are you? I will say deception's what it is
I'm
because you're trained.
Yep.
I will give you a +2 because you also have religion at a level that you know about
Yep.
this. I'll give you a
Yep.
+2 circumstance bonus.
Okay, so here we go. I'm gonna deceive them into thinking that that they should listen to me. Here we go.
Sure.
And this is a 50.
That was actually
20.
my question. Are you saying like, are you trying to pretend like you're one of them, or are you saying like, in the name of what you hold dear, stop?
You know what? I'm not really dissecting it too much. I'm just using the name that I know is going to catch them, and I'm trying to sound really, really authoritative. And I got a 27. I got a 27. No, a 28 with the +2.
You draw 2 more of them to a standstill. So now you've got these back 4 that are all stopped and turned back. And one's carrying the bag and it looks at the other one and they say something really silent tones. I rolled initiative for the Volg behind you on the harpoon. And he goes, Captain, which one am I drawing back in dead?
Like, I kind of raised my hand up like, not yet, Zox, hang on.
Oh, come on. This isn't supposed to be conversation time. Bang, bang, Captain. Bang, bang.
Right. And then I'm going to say in that now that 2 more of them have stopped, I'm going to look to them all and I'm going to say, release your prisoners.
Ooh.
And step away.
I'm gonna need some real good. Second action here. I need diplomacy for that. We're gonna go into a new thing that they've added to Pathfinder, which is probably my favorite thing. So I have a X amount of actions that need to be met for you to convince these people. Right now, we're at 3. You need to be at 5 to actually put them all down and be calm, and they will speak with you versus fleeing. So the way this works, if you get a success, you get 1. If you get a critical success, you get 2 points towards that. It's kind of like building up momentum against them to make sure that they're like, okay, not only do they know everything about us, not only do they put their guns away, they do want to talk. So what skill do you want to use to do this? Because you want one that you think you can get 10 over on.
Right. I'm going to stick with with deception.
Okay.
And let me just see if there's anything else I got to help me out here.
I hope
no.
not.
I think that's it. I'm gonna stick with deception here. Here we
All
go.
right.
Release your prisoners and step away. And that it sat briefly between the 3 and the 17 and landed on the 17. That is a 28.
That is on the money crit.
Oh!
I just looked at their stats for them, and they are a 18 DC. I don't like you. So
all of this is my past lives, the past lives of all of the past lives that have been imbued within me, speaking to me, whispering about Vorg and whispering about lycanthropes. And even though I'm a follower of the true faith, I put that aside. I listen to these voices from the past, and I channel them.
And for those watching, that's a feat for one of the ancestry feats for the abandoned that he is talking about. So I'm screwed. We're out of combat right now until someone actually hurts someone or shoots somebody. Captain told the other guy to stand down because on my turn I was going to shoot at 5, and that takes us to Sailor Druid. That was all 3 actions for Ingrid.
Yeah.
That takes us to Fen, aka
Who's going
Sailor
to
Drew.
totally screw things up?
I'm 100% hoping so. He's like, remember when you said I don't cast fire? I lied. I do. Fireball.
So yeah, definitely looking at lightning bolt right now. Actually, I've already done my super awesome Sailor Druid transformation, but I feel like it feels like an anathema to when they're offering to surrender to attack them. So
Sure.
I guess I would turn towards Felmo, who I would imagine that the mushroom coat is now sort of pine cone armor.
Yep.
And we would like very epically slow-mo step off of the boat because we're still on it. And
Okay.
and as I step off the boat, I would probably say something like, heed the words of my companions or suffer death, and begin to allude to the lightning bolt spell.
So the spark just kind of priming.
just like drawing a symbol or something.
Some electricity
and that would work
arcs over
perfectly.
your little buddy too. There's like little bits of pollen kind of floating into the air around you, and all the seeds. They stop
totally.
dead in their tracks.
A
'cause
low pressure zone.
Lightning bolt's no joke in this game. For the spells, that eye that's up in the corner, like I said before in Roll20, you can type in lightning bolt and pull up that spell if you want to. So with that, we are out of combat unless anybody wants to do anything to cause issue. They drop all of their bags back at the other spot. And they slowly move forward towards their friend, and they stop at like 40 paces. A few of them have daggers drawn. Nobody else is transformed or shifted. But the one that is grappled, he's struggling trying to get free. And it's literally like fighting a statue set in that pose, and he can't break free. I tried 3 times and I can't break free from it. And he just kind of slumps. And you slowly see the fur start to fall off of him, and his skin start to grow back over as the skin falls off. And he's like sitting there, I should say, or well, I don't know. You're tall, holding him off the ground. He's hanging there. He's like, "Can you just put me down, please?"
I will just say, I have the patience of a mountain, and we will hold you as long as it takes to get the information we need.
All right. Are you going to talk to them here in the snow, or are you going to invite them back to the ship to talk? How does the captain wish to proceed?
I think here in the snow is fine for now. I don't want to put them on the ship.
All right. That means everybody needs to make me a will save for being in this blackened, oil-slicked snow.
No, hell.
Ew. This is an assail on my senses.
Correct.
Now, am I immune to the dark skies while my soul is bound to my body? Does that have anything to do with the
That's dark tides? If the tides rolled in, which did anyone play me a tides card yet? No dark tides card yet. Very disappointing. You're not immune to it unless you are a certain ancestry, but you do have a higher resistance to it.
Okay.
If it does damage, basically you can suck it up a little better.
All right. Okay. So I'll actually, we'll stay here. I'll actually say, in my same commanding voice, I will say, well done. Let us gather by the fire, for we have much to speak of.
And they kind of wander over towards their tents, waiting.
I'll walk over and join. So a will save?
A will save for everybody because you're going to be outside in this weather for a little while talking.
Okay.
19 for me.
Okay. What about you, Justice? What do you got?
I got a 32.
Okay, so DCs in this game are much higher. I know that sounds like an absorbent amount, but DCs in this game scale because you get your level added to everything. For those who are watching going, 32! He's not that special. There's no Sailor Moon charm that came with the save.
Oh, it's there.
So that takes us to then the captain. You said you got a 19, right?
Yep.
32. John, what does Xandrite have?
29.
Ooh, man. And Paul?
22.
All right. Only person affected is the captain.
Yeah.
Oh, good.
Captain, as you all sit down and begin conversations with these creatures, you start to see, like, as the snow drops and it starts coming down heavy, like a sheet. Think about when I picked you up from the train station in that negative 40-degree weather. It is coming down in a sheet of snow that you can only see people with within 5 foot of you. But through the snow, as it's falling, you can see their true forms.
Really?
Mm-hmm. And you also take 1d6 of necromantic damage. You take 5 points of necromantic damage.
Ooh.
But you can see their true forms right now as long as you're out here talking. There is one person who does not have another form. I will mark them for you with a dot.
So what does that mean? We can see their true form. So we can see them in their...
You can see them in their were forms. In their shifter forms.
forms.
Yep.
Gotcha.
And only the guy who failed.
Oh, gotcha.
Right.
Only the one who failed can. Yep. So everybody can move themselves around the fire here. I can move characters super easy for us. But Zoggs is going to stay on the ship. He's also going to have them turn the ship broadside so the cannons are aiming at the cabin just in case things go south.
Got it. Erik, what kind of a lore check for this snow? You want nature or lycanthrope or medicine?
I would actually need arcane.
Or
you'd have to have dark tide knowledge.
No,
Nobody-
I've got legal and
nobody here does.
lycanthropes.
Yep.
Arcana.
You can make a roll if you'd like. The guy who's here at the red dot on screen, he is the one who is currently willing to kind of speak with everybody. The other ones gather around. They do start pulling out food and stuff. They don't offer you any. And they're pulling out like jerky and dried goods. A few of them go back and grab all the bags out of the snow, and they stuff them into the main tent furthest from all of you. I'm assuming you guys are grouped up.
Yeah.
Kind of staying away from everybody. I just moved you over here. Everyone should have access to move their character tokens. Just use the arrow. The boxes that are there immediately, anyone who has a passive perception of 20 or higher, which is basically your total bonus plus 10, you notice that those boxes are all marked in true faith. And one is the hand of water, another one is the hand of earth, and 2 of them are the hand of air. Basically, they're different branches of the military for the theocracy. And they are watching you all.
For the Arcana, I only got a 13. So
no idea. You don't feel that great, but you still see it, and it hasn't gone away. You can assume the only way this will go away is either through rest or getting out of the snow for a while.
Got it.
So what would you like to ask?
I am surprised you know of and heard of the Silver Spur. How have you heard of this? Tell us what you know.
So the man walks
what you
up
think you know.
Man walks up in an old hat. It's weathered. It's got holes. You can see the little bit of what like used to be a patch here. He's wearing a gold necklace that's got the equivalent to the Earth Guard like dog tags on them. They are hands that are like this, made of metal, and they have your name and then the family names on each finger, so they know who you would go back to if you were to pass in a war. He steps forward and he says, "My name is Tandis. I know about the Silver Spur because I served on it before the captain took it over. They are legendary hunters of our kind of shifters and were creatures. The rumor is the wrath of Everett cannot be quenched." And they like look to the captain, whose eyes are like oil sheened and blacked right now.
Ew.
They say he's a man of pure evil.
He's definitely has his bad days at times. I will give you that. But he is indeed no man of evil. Can I tell, is he an Earth captain? An Earth Guard captain, rather?
Yeah, give me a religion roll. I can even give you rank and stuff from him. Ooh.
All right.
You guys have a lot of hero points here. Everybody gets one more hero point. If you click your token, the blue section, you can just hit +1 on that little blue circle, and it'll add another hero point for you.
Okay. I rolled for. Would this religion? Would this be true faith lore?
Either or
no?
Either or.
So that's
religion or true faith lore, whatever you're better at.
19.
19. He is an Earthguard captain, which means that he was in charge of probably one of the battalions that would go out. Makes him high ranking, but he has obviously given up the ways of being part of the true faith. Right. So, yeah, that's the worn emblem is the true faith. You can see he's like basically plucked the stitches out, but there's still enough there to remember it. You can tell it's been rubbed a lot, like felt a lot, is what it looks like.
Thank you for speaking with us. First, I must say that it was an Earthguard captain years ago that saved my life, and I wish that I had the chance to thank him back then. Ooh. But I thank you now.
All right, give me a diplomacy. That's actually a really solid argument to start this challenge here.
See, this is what happens when you read the email right before the game starts.
It's all right. I planned nothing. Again,
there you go.
That's the note so far.
All right, so that's a diplomacy. So this is what happened. This is a substandard diplomacy roll. This would be
you got 2 hero points now though. You could re-roll it.
Ooh. That was a 9. I'm going to go ahead and re-roll the 9.
All right.
So that I'm going to use up one of my hero points, and I'm going to re-roll it.
Okay. Even worse, right?
No, a little bit better. 12. Not great, but not
okay.
Worse,
What's that give you a total of?
No. That's the total.
Oh, your total's man. You're bad at this.
Diplomacy. I will say, of all the things I'm good at, diplomacy is not one of them. Deception.
No, yeah, you're not the talker. Not the talker. No.
Yeah.
So
I'm better at lying than telling the truth. That's the problem.
Mm-hmm. So he looks at you. You don't get any penalty. It wasn't a critical failure. Critical failure would have put you at -1 out of the 5. Tanda says, "Listen, we will share some water," and he points to the boxes behind you, fresh water. And in this world, water is only made by clerics of the true faith or zealots that worship a keeper that can make water. Other than that, all water is impure anymore. It's poisoned. He's like, we will share water. We will share some rations. And then after that, I wish to just part ways. As for your person, Jacob, that you're looking for, if I give you information on him, will you leave us be?
Indeed, we will.
He stands there with his oil sheened eyes just deadpan. He's like, if that information is favorable to us leaving you be, yes. If my son is here, I'm leaving with him. Make no mistake.
So
See, I would have maybe said it in a slightly, more diplomatic way. Maybe,
Give me that intimidate
diplomacy. I've got a +5 to it.
Oh, that's perfect. You can intimidate. It doesn't matter which one. They could listen. Batman still negotiates.
Yeah. I mean, they're both +5, so.
Oh, well, you suck either way. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, no. Again, deception is what I'm better at.
Do it up.
Now, when you said everybody take another hero point, I already had 1 on my thing. Did I get 1 back already, or am I just at 1?
You spent 1 already, didn't you?
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Yeah, you got 1.
So I'm just at 1.
Don't worry, there's a bunch at halftime.
That.
All right. You're at 0. So now if I kill you, then no spend your points. I like to see it.
Oh, nat 20.
Oh,
so that's a 25.
That's 2 points out of the 5.
That was a good hero point.
Tandis looks at his group. They start to stand up and reaching for weapons. There's that little moment of tension, and he puts his hand up and says, "Sit. Jacob's not with us. We can tell him this information. Your son's not here, and he doesn't go by that name anymore."
What is he? I was told he was cursed.
He has been...
Which taint does he carry?
It's not us. We are true shifters. He has been bitten. We did not transfer this to him. It's a different pack, a different group. He came hunting someone. And he kind of looks around, and like some of the group, like one puts his hand on his shoulder. He's like, he came hunting the head of our ancestry. He's an old shifter, predates the Sundering, but his power has not waned. He was bit by him. He came to kill him, and he was offered a choice. Your son took the bite instead of taking death.
So he is one of you now.
He's not one of us. He's not born into it. He was made into it. There's a difference. He can't control himself. With that said, I need a society check from everybody here.
Yes.
Hey, I do want to call out that while they're talking,
Okay.
I'm trying to do an arcana on not only the snow,
All right.
but that glow around the house.
Give me an arcana check. Good call. And we're out of combat, so these are just checks.
I have assurance, so I think I can just take an 18 to see if I know.
You
what it
can.
is.
See, people read their character sheets. I figured this would just all flow out as we play. So insurance of the 18, that aura that is around it, looking at it as your gem shines a little bit and it shifts colors to the line with the color that is there. You hear a little bit of your old creator, the artist that made you. And she talked about how this world has got rifts and vents between here and other planes of existence, that the world is struggling to keep itself together. She called these ley lines and veils, and when one of them tears, things can move through them. This looks like a tear in the veil.
That is bitching. Okay.
So that means that, and now looking at it, like the architecture doesn't make sense. It doesn't match anything of this time frame. It doesn't match anything of this area. This is definitely out of place. Like, it's not even a log cabin. It looks like it's from Maoshan, and Maoshan is from where Fen is originally from.
Oh.
Okay.
It's
Very
it's a
cool.
moving. So you would know about this because of your ancestry as well. It is take Cloud City, Star Wars, put it on the bottom of an ocean bed, and it has rollers on the bottom to crawl around the ocean that used to be there. And now there's no oceans. There's just dark tides. One big long rod and like wheels on the bottom that move it. And then on top of that, they have pendulums that hang from them, which is the most secure prison in the world. And they hang in the tides so no one can get out. But this city is built vertical. It is super, if you've played Eberron, it has a Shard-like feel, a lot of verticality to it. But it is definitely more in the Asian descent of this world.
Awesome.
A lot of clockwork. They believe spirits are different than how the true faith believes it. They see it as in passing on as a rite of passage and lineage instead of capturing them and trying to use them as a power source. Very different ethics on both sides of this group. So that place isn't from here.
All right, my society check, I think you asked for, is a 24.
Society of 24. Anybody else beat a 24?
I got
I
a
got 28.
Okay.
28.
28 and 24. Between the two of you, you know this. There have been a lot of unexplained murders. And you know that back in Merrifield, where you guys have been stationed out of, which is the main city for our show, the investigator there, Nora Tenwick, had captured a murderer named Olivier Howitz. She was almost like a serial killer, murdering a certain group of people. While you don't have that detail, she was captured a while ago, like over 2 weeks, but there has still been more murders since. And they are vicious. Like tearing people apart, leaving limbs strewn about a field, flaying people and hanging them like in windows of people's houses, way above and beyond what the original murders were. And you've seen that some were creatures that have a little bit of vindictiveness left in them when they are cursed do things similar to this. but not true wares. Only ones that are bitten. You got a 28, right? Drew?
Me?
Captain? Yeah. One of the men are wearing the patch that was cut off your son's jacket. He's in the very back. It's on his shoulder. And it is
I also got a 28. Do I notice anything as well?
Yeah, so it's the Bounty Hunter Lodge that is on the shoulder. You're 28? Well, you're a druid.
Yeah, like, do I get a society of like, ooh, they grow berries here?
Yeah, no, Sailor Berry, that is not what you get. I'm going to change your name every time now. So what you actually see is a lot of the snow piles and mounds that are around the place that normally would have like a little bit of growth and plants that are in them. You do see mounds of snow around the edge of this clearing. And looking at them closely, there are stains around the bottom. It looks like they have been hiding bodies here or hiding something that they've killed. It could be things that they fed on. It could be their version of a refrigerator. But there are definitely bodies in the area now that you sit down and take a moment during this conversation.
Can I whisper to Thelmo to go check that out?
I mean, yeah, if you want to. We'll definitely get a perception check, though.
Yeah, I like that.
Unless you want to walk away.
I mean, Felmo's got 25 hit points, and when Felmo dies, I'm pretty sure he just becomes a seed. So, like, there's really no
regrows. Yeah, you replant him. So, so what are you telling him?
I say, Felmo, I need to know what their what they're burying here, and if those bodies are justified for. If they are taking the lives of innocents, then this conversation will not last much longer.
How is one determined if innocent if already dead? Felmo asks.
Felmo, just do this thing for me. Just go check it out.
How do I know if they were good?
Well, Felmo, that's a good question.
I know. I'm smart.
Felmo is very smart. You know, Felmo actually has a higher intimidation than me, which I really like.
Here, I'm going to roll that versus you. What's my bonus?
+5, actually.
Okay, so the way they work in this, what is your will bonus added to 10? That's your DC. There's no opposed rolls. You get flat DCs. So what's your will bonus added to 10?
I think it's 23.
Okay, he got a 22. He like stares you down and he's like, I think this is a bad idea. Thelmo thinks that you are not the smartest today. But I'll go look. Scary. And he wanders off. And when he wanders off, like all the bristles and the pine cones kind of sag down and he wanders into the snow and he starts plucking at some of the snow piles. And then when he sees a big one, he just dives in the snow pile.
I love it.
And he's behind the group out of their sight.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, great. Gosh, having a familiar is so cool. I never have familiars.
As this goes on and you guys are eating and they're sharing drink, do you guys take the water?
Mm-hmm.
They open a box. There's fresh water skins in them. And what they look like is, do you remember the old days where there was a milk crate with 6 jars of milk in them?
Mm-hmm.
And they're in a wooden thing. They're like that. They have an area that comes up and there's a hook. Because what they do is they hang them next to doors instead of sitting them down. Because if the tides roll through, it doesn't mess up the water that has been made. So he takes it out and he hangs it on like a cowboy's pole and hangs it on the hook and says, those 6 are yours.
Thank you. Erik, while we're doing this, I realize I have to look a little more closely at these bags that had bodies in them. Like we got so wrapped up in getting information and, bamboozling them that I forgot that maybe they're living people in these bags that they're waiting to eat.
That means I did my job. So they were put in these 2 tents here. Surrounded by these people. By this clan of were creatures.
Where'd you get that patch?
The guy in the back immediately knows you're talking to him, and he goes, your son gave it to me?
Question mark? Sounds like a lie.
What's your passive sense motive?
Passive sense
perception.
Motive?
Passive perception.
And that's perception plus 12,
22.
plus 10?
Thank you, Serve.
Yeah. 22.
22. He's not lying. He's just afraid he's going to get shot in the face. You to them are the boogeyman.
I'm fine with it.
He reaches over and you see a claw come out and he nicks off the stitches and he walks over and hands it to Thandis and says, just give it to him. I don't really want it that bad. And Thandis walks over casually and tosses it to you. He's like, listen, we helped him cover up some issues. He's not trying to do things wrong. Now, with that said, we had a victim card played tonight. A victim card means that there has been a death somewhere.
Oh, no.
Yeah. As that happens and Thandis throws the patch, a gunshot rings out and you see Thandis' head explode.
Ooh.
And you hear Zox return fire.
Return fire? Mm-hmm. Where's he shooting?
He's shooting from the ship towards the house.
Towards the house.
Look to the house.
Everyone immediately panics, looks at Thandis. Their leader is gone. They are going to attack you all unless I have somebody either make a deception, a bluff, or an intimidation to keep them calm. Because right now it looks like y'all killed him.
I will. I'm going to make a deception. I'm going to make a deception check, and I'm going to say, they're shooting at us. Run.
Give me a roll. You better do well on this.
Come on, Paul.
Oh, no. My rolling mojo has
You have
gone.
1 hero point before
Hero
we
point,
go
Paul.
into intermission.
Well, I don't know. I mean,
What are you going to...
It's a 20.
I mean...
Paul.
Does anyone else want to assist him? They would need to get a deception. You need a deception of 20 to assist. You can stack it right now. This is definitely a group moment. But I will tell you, if you critically fail, your lie sucks. And that will...
I only have a +2 deception.
You're probably not going to get a 20 then. You're probably not.
Can I assist
don't
with
roll.
performance? Like how Tarzan makes the sound of the gun in the movie.
Oh my God. Sure. Why not
Clayton.
Sailor Moon?
All right.
Oh my God.
So that's a 17 + 9.
Next time I'm picking the cast you bring.
You should. You really did. When I heard about the bird person, though, I was like, oh damn, I should have picked that one.
They're Volg. They speak. It's hard because Volg. I'm glad no one picked them. They swear all the time. They're like sailors. So what'd you get?
It was a 17 + 9. So more than 20.
All right, you got a +2.
20.
Paul, is Ingrid
Right,
comfortable with the roll, or do you want to use
With
an
a
action?
22, a hero point. Or do I want to use a hero point? What does everybody think? What does everybody think? Do I use the hero point?
What did you roll? What did you roll on the die?
A 9.
I think you roll again.
All right.
I think
I can
you-
tell you-
I did.
I can
I
tell
did
you
not
that
aid in my deception.
here's what we had played tonight. Let me look up our hero points. Audience, what do you guys think you should do? You think you should roll, or do you think you should roll with it? Just put some words in there. I can't do chat commands because this isn't my channel, but just put some words in there because we had a lot of hero points played tonight for y'all. Enough to at least give you all one more. Oh, right. Roll again. FFs. We got one roll again.
All right, I'm going to take that. I'm going to roll it again. Here we go. This is run, everybody. They're shooting at us. Hide.
I am not condoning a deception check, but go ahead.
Oh, whoever said roll again.
Did I get a 1? You got a 1, right?
I got a 19.
That is not a 1.
Nice.
I do not have enough drink in the room.
32. That's a 32.
You suck. So
Nice.
as you yell run, that is exactly what happens. You hear the crunching and the sloughing of the skin falling off them all as they all turn into 4-legged ocelots that are like 60, 70 pounds and flee from the area in all directions. And then you hear bang, 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 and more shots going off as you just see blood and ocelots getting shot out in the forest.
Oh gosh, they're the bad guys, right?
Oh my goodness.
I don't know. Are they the bad guys?
I need to hear from Belmo.
So as one of them's running, he pops up out of the bushes covered in red, and he goes, "There's dead bodies everywhere."
What do they look like?
Elmo's all red?
He's covered in just blood.
Whoa.
Dripping off the pine cone armor. He's like, there's so many.
I mean, that certainly seems bad.
He starts running to you, and then you hear bang. What's his AC?
Oh
No. I feel like there would be some sad song playing. His AC is 18.
I can make that happen. You want a sad song? Oh, we can get you. We can get you.
Yeah.
Let's get some sad elven.
I do like drama.
How about
I
Cry for the Elves? Here you go.
I think that's good.
Here's a little.
I reach out longingly towards him, and I'm still in my Sailor Moon outfit, but I've been sitting here for like 10 minutes, so I look like a cosplay person that's like taking a lunch break right now. But I reach out for Thelma.
And what did you say his AC was?
18.
Okay, it doesn't matter because we're going to go into break. So we're going to go into break, everybody. We got a couple videos here. We do like a 10 to 13. Go get yourself popcorn. We're going to come back with the second half of this. I promise to kill at least one PC before the end of this because, you know.
The druid's got to go.
Don't forget to grab your Stream Loot cards. Play those. We had 20 packs. If it's done, let me know. I will make another one. And we'll be right back after this intermission. We're going to play a little bit of Beadle and Grimm stuff, and then I'm actually going to play the interview with the 10 questions that I asked a few of them. I hope the sulfur candle is in those 10 questions, because I don't remember if it is. So we're going to go into intermission. We'll be back. There'll be a timer on screen. Get a drink, get your popcorn, and I'll let these guys refresh, and then Sailor Moon can go get a guitar to play us some music. So with that, before we go too much deeper, we're going to be here all night. I want to do our multi-fire questions. It's 4 questions, one person, multi-shot, one person can answer out of your group. I don't care who it is. You can raise your hand. However you guys communicate in your home meetings with whiskey, that's how you communicate here. Matthew's not here to yell at you, so it'll be real easy. And there'll be no monkeys in the room. All right.
Okay.
The first one, first and foremost, whose idea was it to form this company?
I'll answer it. It was all of our idea. There was a long series of conversations amongst the 5 of us about trying to find something creative to do together.
Mm-hmm.
I'll take a tiny sliver of credit that
Okay.
I did. I was the first one to throw out the idea of doing boxed sets, sort of in the spirit of like when Bruce Springsteen or Pearl Jam puts out a boxed set, you know, for the super fan, collector's editions of things. That was something I was very aware of, and that I had examples of in my own house, and was aware that those things weren't really being done in the tabletop gaming industry. So I did introduce that basic idea, but it's always
just take credit, Bill. It's okay.
Yeah. So it was entirely me, and these guys are along for the ride.
There you go. And there's always someone who starts it. That's why I asked, because someone always goes,
Yeah, it was all, there was a long process of ideas, and there was a trip. Matt got invited to the D&D live stream of Annihilation, which was back when it was still in Seattle.
Mm-hmm.
And we all went together, sort of with this idea of trying to come up with something that we could all do. And having that extended period of like 3 or 4 days of thinking about nothing other than role-playing really helped us kind of get our ideas together and get our courage up and get synchronized on the way that we saw this thing, to the point where we could really pitch it as a product.
All right. Next question. This one's, I think, going to be the hardest for you. It has been told that you guys don't play games anymore, and that maybe meetings take up all of your gaming slot time. And with that said, and that's been said many places, what next campaign do you have to play?
Boy,
I'll answer that. I'll answer that. I mean,
you can't say that.
No, I can't. All I can say is, but I can say that the next campaign that we're so one of the things about this starting the company was that not only did it take up all of our time, but every new adventure that D&D came out with, we couldn't play because we all had to read it and then figure out how to make a box for it.
Yeah.
So
welcome to GM life, Paul.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. It sucks to be a GM. So we are, for at least a little bit of time, we are play testing an upcoming D&D adventure. And so we are not reading it. One of us is DMing it. And we are going to play it for as long as we can, like real players.
Are you streaming it?
No, we can't do that.
No.
Yeah, no, we can't do that.
Well, you could record it all and put it out later.
Right.
That's true. That's an interesting thought.
But that said, we are also so that's the one that we're absolutely going to start playing, and that's going to be fun. But yeah, we absolutely have to. We all the time we talk about how we need to get back to playing more because just doing work sucks.
Yeah.
Well,
especially in your hobby.
I just finished playing in Charlie's campaign. We just wrapped that up a couple of months ago. It wasn't this group entirely. Charlie's old friends from high school were playing in it, and they allowed me to play along. So we played that campaign all the way through. We saved the universe. I'm happy to report, and so that was a huge amount of fun. So we did get to play that, and it was really fun to play a homebrew.
All right. You may have been asked this. I looked around. I haven't seen it. Favorite piece of art. So if you like this interview and what we're doing, and you are interested in picking up a Character Chronicles book for your own, plus all the amazing dice they put out during the Kickstarter, I'm going to get a link for you because I believe you still can pre-order these. Back to the interview.
You know, I think that one.
What is that?
That is Eberron airship. I think some of the maps we did for Eberron were genius, and that particular one is just. I mean, I just look. The fun thing about maps or battle maps is you can lay them out, and it's just a world of possibilities. It's like I'm going to have an adventure here. I don't know what the hell it's going to be, but it's going to be on this map.
It's like a role-playing game and a board game, like have a baby together. Like in that moment, you get to play both things at once. And
an illegitimate child that everyone still loves. Like, yeah, it's 100% is true. And I do think that box sets, that folding out that map that first time is one of those moments where you just go, oh yeah, it's a box set. Like your D-Lance book one that came out, the old Dark Sun ones. I agree with you. Those fold-out maps. Those are my jam. Bonnie Cook Games has been doing that a lot lately, which makes me super happy. All right, so last question, and I don't know who's going to answer this one, so it's going to be great. You guys are putting out 4 books, and you had to pick a lot of colors for the books. What was the worst argument for the color of the books? Whose fault was it? Who argued the hardest for the color book? We're not going to go dice. That's just suicide. We're not doing that. The book, biggest fight.
You know, correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure that was one of those decisions that I made as the project lead and just kind of brought it to everybody and said, this is what I'm doing unless you really want to fight about it.
Was that caused by the dice argument?
The dice argument was brutal. That's the question you should have asked.
But I'm saying because of that, is that why you went, this is what we're doing?
Well, we've over the years, our antenna has gotten pretty good. And so if Bill brings something like that to us and says, would you really like to argue about this? we see the minefield ahead of us and we're like, no, we really don't.
Yeah, no, I mean, to again, like, I think, Charlie, your phrase of strong opinions loosely held. I mean, I'll tell you all of my ideas about colors for classes, and I have them. And who knows what they are, but at the same time, if Bill says, "Yeah, we don't really have time for that," I'm like, "Okay,
all right." I mean, that's the job. That's the job. And this is for all of you. You're all drinking tonight, I think, or at least like most of you are.
Yeah.
I've seen pictures on Instagram about whiskey for your nights that you're doing meetings. It sounds like the whole group does. I think I gave shots to one of you. It might have been Matt. I think Matt had shots at one of them when we were walking around at GaryCon or GameholeCon, one of those two. Do you have a drink that is your go-to for gaming? It's for everybody.
We don't normally drink when gaming.
It's true.
It's usually we drink afterwards.
You hear that, Todd? You hear that, Kelly? No drinking at the table. Only the GM gets to drink at the table. It's the Todd.
Yeah,
I Coke.
Yeah, Coke. We all drink.
What's
Coke.
your favorite after game then?
Oh,
after game, it's whiskey for me.
Yeah, whiskeys. You're all whiskey people.
Yeah. I mean, I will say, if it's still light out, I'll do a gin and tonic. I'm a gin guy.
Me too.
But once it gets dark out, whiskey.
All right, I'll bring some Manhattans for us next time we're at a convention together.
Beautiful.
Love it.
Hi everybody, I'm George.
And I'm Bob.
And I'm George.
And we're the shipping goblins from Beadle and Grimm.
And today, we're selling
I know,
famous
I
thing in
blame
the
the
cellar.
person who
Stop
saved
it.
this out in a muted
Today,
format.
we're here to sell.
It creeps.
I'm just saying.
Crawls.
It's fixed now.
Shut up,
We'll be
George.
back
We
after
can't
this
sell
video
famous
that you
thing
can
in
now
the
hear.
cellar.
Don't worry, it was on purpose. It's
Well,
comedy
for one
gold.
thing, it has no name, which is a marketing challenge. Ass is a pre-marketing goblin.
Fair point.
And it's gotta stay in the cellar because it's horrible and murderous.
Well, too late for that.
What?
Yep. It's been whispering to me every night for weeks now. Down deep in my dreams. And I finally obeyed. Popped open the door this morning.
Popped?
Yep, pop. And out it went. Could be anywhere now, Bob. And it whispered wonderful, terrifying things. Most about killing you.
Now for sale. Nameless thing in the cellar. Murdering comes free.
So we're back, everybody. They're talking in the background while I'm going to give us a recap here because unlike Drew, I can listen and talk. So tonight's episode stopped as, what is his name? Thelmo is getting shot at with an AC of 18. And I rolled a 16 on the die, which means that I definitely crit this little bastard. And the way that crits work in Pathfinder make me super excited as a GM because finally you can actually hurt people because normally it doesn't work that way. Guns are even better. So they have a burrowing quality, which means that, you know, they do extra damage when you crit and they have, I don't know, extra dice. So I deal 68 points of damage to Thelmo. As you see, pine cone and needles and seeds burst into the air like he was just plucked from space and time, just gone. And nothing is left there.
That there is found him.
I'm fine with the crimson-covered red orchids that grow in its place from the blood that he was soaked in, from the dead bodies and the piles that he was going through like a squirrel in leaves. 100% fine with that part.
Does he say something like,
Today's episode is brought to you by the letter D.
dead?
No, but sure, if you want him to say that. He got today and then got shot. The rifle
shot.
The rifle rings out from the close by cabin that is there. The ocelots that have ran out, these shifters, all getting picked off. Zoggs takes cover as fire is hitting the ship. I need a perception check from the captain. F in chat, indeed, everybody. F in chat. Sometimes you just got to kill a pinecone creature. What can I tell you? You said it had to be PG-13, and I'm going to kill Tickle Me Elmo. That's how this is going to go.
That's a 24.
A 24. Ooh. You hear Zox yelling over the sound of the gunfire. Cannons, Captain!
Ooh. You just hear the captain turn and go, blow it apart.
So the side of the ship, you see the cannons, and these are not like cannonballs. This isn't Pirate Hood where you're like loading a cannonball in. No, these are shelled rounds. Powder packed in them. They level the 4 guns on the side, and boom. Would you like to roll, Captain? I don't think you've ever got to shoot cannons off the Whisper when we play on our live show.
No, because I'm not the captain on that show.
Okay. Can you also get yourself 12d12 ready?
Ooh. D12s.
I will skip you when you roll, but let's see if you hit first. Don't get too excited.
12.
All right. What am I?
Just roll. Give me a d20, and I'll tell you. I'll put the bonus from your crew on it. Let me turn the ship.
It's a 13 on the die.
A 13 on the die. So the ship turns. And Zoggs,
like they are shooting my ship, right?
Oh yeah, there's rounds bouncing off it. Its hardness is enough that it doesn't seem to be penetrating, but they're shooting at Zoggs because he's the one firing back. As the bullets are going back and forth between the ship and the cabin, and you all are stuck in the middle with a bloodied corpse of Thelmo. And then here, let me just help this part of the journey here. Ready? I'm gonna delete all of these wonderful ocelots. There you go.
Oh.
Let me help you with that.
Oh.
As they all get decimated by round after round, as you guys are counting them and the bullets going off, there's no way there's just one shooter.
Oh.
So I'm going to ask the rest of the group what you want to do.
So I'm going to...
I am.
Oh, I'm going to take cover. I'm definitely going to... I'm taking cover, although I'm actually going to... I'm just going to first just take cover.
So here's your options for cover.
Yeah.
1, make your own. I don't know if you're capable of doing that. 2, hide in a tent so they at least are shooting blind.
Mhm.
3, run to the woods, which is the closest, giving you some cover. It works really well for the ocelots. Or 4, run back to the ship. Or 5, run towards the cabin where the bullets are coming from.
So I'm going to take 6, and I'm going to cast invisibility.
So 1, provide your own cover. You're invisible.
Yeah.
Boom.
Right.
As you see the snow land on him and slowly shimmer, and then eventually he just disappears, and it looks like snow is just falling in his place. That is a 2-action cast. Do you have an action left?
And I'm going to move to one of the tents that had the bodies in them. So the tent that had been behind the people.
Sneaky. So the closest one you can get to is this one at 25 foot.
Great.
Sneaky.
I'm going to take that.
You get in and you see the bag shaking and someone going, I won't die. They don't know I'm here. I won't die. They don't know I'm here. And you're done. I'll just go to the next person, and we don't need to go into initiative quite yet. Xandrite, do you want to go now, or do you want to hold since you're the mountain of patience? What would you like to do, John?
Normally I'm a mountain of patience, but I will go. With bullets flying, my patience is lost.
All right.
I want to go into an arced sprint towards that house.
Okay.
So I don't want to go in a straight line. I want to, on the southern edge of the field, of the opening, I want to run in the direction of the house, but like at an arc. So I'm not running straight.
Zigzag, don't run in a serpentine pattern, don't run in a straight line.
Serpentine.
So you can run, let me see, you're here. So you're kind of doing one of these things. Because are you using 2 actions, 3 actions? How many do you want to use?
Well, how far do I get using 2 actions on there?
You can get to the door.
Right? Yeah.
Jesus. Is there really, I will give you an AC bonus too for doing that while they're shooting at you, because that's just smart. As I am going to take a shot on everybody.
13.
You got an action left. You're at the front. I can tell you what the place looks like now. So this cabin is pretty high. It's about 12 foot to the top of where the overhang is. There are 2 moose heads mounted on each side of the door, like where windows would be, but they seem to be boarded shut. In their mouths, there is a ring with arrows in it, and the tongue of the moose is hanging through it. Like the symbol of Vorg.
Oh. In the name of Vorg.
Now that's each one of them. They're stuffed heads.
Uh-huh.
Just like a hunter would have in their lodge. Very against everything that Fen believes in.
Can we see or do we know where the gun?
The fire is coming from back here somewhere, like past this rooftop. You're not up high enough to see. If you're on the ship, you can see. But from back over here, there's gunfire. And you can see muzzles come over the top of the ledge and boom.
Oh, okay.
Since you asked.
So there's no entrance. There's no entrance here in the front.
There's a door.
Other than this big.
Nope, there's a door between the two. It's a window, door, window. Where those windows are boarded up, and there's those moose heads mounted. There's a door there. It's a big door.
I'll try to open it.
Are you forcefully opening it or just like testing it? Because it takes an action to open it. It is barred from the inside. Now, you could try to break it on your next action. It's definitely something you could do because you got 3 actions. You could just pound on this thing. Also, you're made of stone. I'm just saying.
Yeah. Or you could try. Yeah. You could try to speak with moose. Do you have
They're
speak
dead.
with moose?
You need to speak with dead. They're dead. And speaking of dead things, Fen, what would you like to do?
First, I would like to lament that the spell Verdant Sprout takes 10 minutes to make cover because it seems like when you need cover, you're going to need it faster than 10 minutes.
Is there any actions below it to make it go faster?
There are actions to make more of them.
Okay.
Also taking 10 minutes.
You would need the quicken spell action to do that, which you could do.
That would be dope.
It just takes a higher spell level slot. What level spell is that?
This is a I think just a level 1 spell.
So if you heighten it to a level
to forego that. After the death of Elmo, I'm definitely loosing lightning bolt at the roof. and I'm just want to obliterate that entire section that I can see.
Totally
And
normal.
when this happens, I would like to channel like the scary scene in the Fellowship where Gladriel is like, "In place of a Dark Lord, you would have a queen," and you're like, "What is happening right now?"
I don't know why there would be a queen here right now, but okay. Let me get
Instead,
you your.
it's just her going Felmo.
Felmo.
So
I get
In the
120.
name of Felmo.
You do.
So I don't think I even need to move. I bet I could like take cover behind these boxes afterwards.
Sure can. So
Okay,
let's
yeah,
get you electricity, shall we? Give me. Do I have to roll? Is it saves for me if I'm correct?
It says it is a basic reflex save. A bolt of lightning strikes out, and 4d12 electricity damage
In a line, right?
in a line.
So
Yeah.
go ahead and roll that fat damage.
Right.
This is really going to go bad for me. I'm so in a bad way. So you got a beam.
So 12 plus 11 plus 11.
Oh.
22 plus 12 is 33.
Is it just
So-
3d12? I thought it was 4d12.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Oh,
combined
gotcha.
the first two
Okay.
die.
Oh,
That
you
made
did.
11.
Okay.
So as you fire this electricity out, one of the guys stands up on the rooftop to take a shot. And as he does, it hits the barrel of the gun. Like, it's going to go past. It arcs down, hits the barrel of the gun, shoots through it, hits him. It blows a hole through the guy. There's this black char. And you notice that there's cat eyes behind the scope. And it hits
Not
the guy
anymore.
behind him. And as his buddy goes to grab him, he gets hit as well. I failed 3 of my 5 saves.
I love it.
The last guy grounds him, and you hear a
I love it. I love it.
and
Awesome.
they're
I'm gonna take
incinerated
those
because
eyeballs
I
and
can't
add them
take
to-
that hit.
I can't wait to add those eyeballs to my chickpeas.
Questions after the show. Apparently, you got Vulg heritage. So as the lightning strikes out, you're taking cover. Where are you going to take cover at? Behind the boxes?
Yeah, behind these boxes, they seem fairly sturdy.
Yeah, okay. I mean, you can lie to yourself all you want.
But where is Felmo, by the way? Is he close enough that I can
do you
drag
wanna-
him?
He's red mist.
Here, I can.
Yeah,
No. Don't worry. While Drew gives us the captain's damage, I'll give you a mark for Felmo. Don't you worry your little head.
Okay, because
So,
I kind
rolled
of
it.
want to have a dramatic moment.
I rolled a 13 on the die for that. So did I hit?
That hits.
Okay, how many D12?
D12, 12 D12. I was hoping you pre-rolled this because I was coming back to you with a damage number, not to hear you roll dice.
No. I rolled some of it. I just didn't have it. all, so I wasn't sure
okay.
what you said.
Because nobody has 12 D12 unless you work for a dice company. See?
I always wanted to roll 12d12.
Well, roll 12 D12 because I'm sure he's going to shoot again later.
89
All right.
points of damage.
The first barrage fires out of the Silver Spur. You can see sparks of dust come out since you use silver rounds out of the ship. It hits, boom, and rips through the top of the building into the back half of the building. And they don't make an impact noise when they come out the other side. And then somewhere in the distance, you hear gunfire as the camera cuts away and goes back to Merrifield. The main city that we all play in on our main show is bullets rain down on the air tower from the Silver Spur as it goes through one part of the rift to the other. Ooh. And the camera comes back to here.
Uh-oh.
Nice job, Drew. I've always wanted to damage the air tower. So, they start reloading. It takes 3 actions to do so. What are you doing, Captain? I'm sure chat is.
GM.
I'm sure the chat is blowing up right now for me doing that. If any of my,
What
yep, they're in here.
The fuck.
Yeah.
God
He was
damn
one.
it.
He was one off from knowing where the rift went. Xandrite almost made it to where he knew where it was. He was super close. I'd have been really disappointed.
How is there a rift that we've never seen hovering above the air tower?
You haven't been home. You're in another city.
Damn it. Okay.
What do you want to do? There's that blood spot for everyone who knows. That's a nice big cloud of pink mist from Felmo.
Pine cone blood.
Pine cone blood.
His mushroom jacket.
No.
Oh, you're gonna have to get a doll for it now.
I have 7.
I'm going to.
I'm warning. I'm shooting after this, so figure it out fast.
You're shooting? Oh, you're shooting at us?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Question is that?
I don't understand why. I don't get why that would happen.
Where are you going?
I'm going to dash 5, 10, 20. Oh, wait a second.
Where are you going towards? You going towards the building? You going towards the ship? Or are you going towards the trees? Where would you like to hide?
Going towards this tent.
Which one? Okay. Cool. You're in the tent. Snow falling down. You walk into it through the bag that's on the ground of somebody else shivering. You can see the hand out and it's clawed. But they are hiding inside, shaking.
Flawed like the claws that were just on these guys?
Gray fur. Not actually orange like the ocelots that ran away. There are a bunch of jugs. You'd have to take it out of the bag. There's a bunch of jugs, like barrels in this area that are all marked in stripes with an O on it.
Stripes with an O?
Mm-hmm. Like they painted the barrels, like signify them from other barrels.
I'm going to rip open the bag.
You rip the bag open. There is a wolf-looking humanoid teen in there, shaking, dressed. He looks at you and immediately makes a claw attack on you out of fear. I got a natural 20.
Ooh.
Little boy hits you for 22 points of damage.
Ooh.
As he rakes across your chest and pulls back and he snarls at you. But he's a wolf. He's not a cat. He's not an ocelot.
Okay.
That was your first and second action. What do you want to do with your third?
Check to make sure it's not
I'm
your
gonna
son.
Your amulet hums.
Mm-hmm.
Decisions.
I'm gonna say Incadraic.
Okay.
And I'm gonna make my eyes look a little different than they are.
Okay.
I'm gonna say, "Stay your hand, pup, or I will rip it off."
Give me an intimidation roll.
It's a 15.
Would you like to use... everybody got 2 action points during break from all the stream loot cards that got played for us tonight.
Ooh. Oh, hero points?
Mm-hmm. Hero points. Sorry, action points. Wrong game. Hero points. Do you want to re-roll that crappy roll of yours?
Yeah.
All right, roll again.
There we go. That's a 20.
Oh, nice.
You beat me by 3.
20 intimidate.
The kid stops. He pulls his hands back. He's gray-furred, black patch down his chest under the leather vest he's wearing. There are lash marks all over him, like permanent scars. Long fangs that look very similar to somebody else's that you know. Doesn't smell like anyone you know, though. And that's all your actions. That takes it to me.
Can I talk?
Sure, I'll give you 5 words.
Like, keep your head down.
Cool. First shot rings out. Boom, rips through your tent. I'm assuming you're kind of over top of the kid holding him down.
Yeah.
Second shot rips out. I can't see the invisible guy, so it goes right past the invisible one to the one ducked behind the crates. What's your AC +4? Fen?
Fen's AC +4. Let's see. Fen's AC is 18, so it's 22.
So 22, first one rips through the box. The second one on you.
I gotta ask. These are ocelots with guns. Do any of them say this reload time is exhilarating in between their shots?
I was waiting for one person to say that.
Somebody has to say that, right?
Does a 25 hit you?
Oh, most definitely. Most definitely.
25. It doesn't crit you though, right? It's not 10 over?
No, it's not 10 over, but it is enough to provoke another lightning bolt.
15 points of damage as a bullet rips through a crate finally, breaking one of them, hitting you, taking away one of your 2 crates from cover as all the bullets rain down on it. And then Zendraidu ran to the front door. You try it, it doesn't work. And all of a sudden the door does move, and it moves fast as it bursts open and splits in the middle as this large cat-like creature steps out from behind the area. Let me get you the foe in front of you. And I need you to give me a either nature or society check as a reaction, Zendraite. Or Solarium lore won't work for this, though, because it's not old enough for that crap.
Okay. Well, I've got, society. You said society or...
Nature. Society or nature?
Nature. Yeah, all right. I'll do nature. Oh, terrible. 13.
You got 2 action points. I don't think you've spent any yet, so you could spend one now.
I'm re-rolling. I'm re-rolling that.
All right, re-roll.
A little bit better. How about a 17?
I mean, a 17 is better. You don't recognize the person, but you do recognize the creature. It is still an ocelot, but you remember back... probably prior to Sundering, these creatures used to be large and roam the mountains. This is an old bloodline, whatever it is. As it steps through him, first action, it moved to the door. Second action, it rips the door open. Third action, he is going to claw and shove you away from the sight, from the door. Does a 28 hit your AC?
Yes, it does.
Does it crit?
No.
Your AC is pretty high, though. You're a monk.
Yeah.
I rolled well. So I'm going to do my claw attacks. So they aren't the best, but they're decent. That's pretty good, though. You're taking a total of 17 points of damage. I only hit you with 1, so I can't do my other piece that I want to do. When he claws you, like trying to push you to the ground, he's over top you, and he goes, "Tell my dad I said hello."
Oh.
Ooh. And then you see him reaching back again above the door frame, like grabbing something.
So I've got a mountain stance. Does that prevent me from him shoving me too much, or
your mountain stance? Yeah, I have to roll versus that. It gives you a bonus. What is your DC with that? I think it says it adds a +4 for mountain stance, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, +4. Yes.
So mountain stance +4. That would make it's your fortitude DC.
No. It's a +2 circumstance bonus to
any
defense
defense
against being shoved.
Okay, so your defense being shoved is your fort. So 10 plus your fortitude save. Plus that 2.
+2. All right, that's good. So that means it's a 20.
I got a 21. Okay, so no, I don't shove you. You stand firm like the mountain that you are. As he claws and hits you and realize you are not flesh and blood.
No, I will not move.
Not what I wanted to hear. I really wanted to hear, "Oh God, I run." To each their own. And I'm going to keep the initiative we have when we broke from this, because we basically went from one thing to another, unless the group would like to roll initiative again. Because I'm not going to tell you what this creature in the doorway has for initiative. Do you think you can get better than last time?
Yeah. Nah, mine was pretty good last time.
I'm fine.
All right. I have a 20.
Ooh.
That puts me between Fen and the captain. All right, cool. I'm happy with that. We go to the top of the list. Let's go to 3 actions here, everybody. Guns are ringing out. The guns are going to shoot at the end of every round. The Silver Spur will shoot every other, because I got to reload in between, because it is quicker to load these guns than it is to load a cannon. With that said, we start at the top of it. I clawed you. I tried to shove you to the ground. It didn't work. Zendraite, what do you want to do to this behemoth of an ocelot in front of you?
I am going to flurry of blows, trying to stun this thing. I need to knock this thing out.
You don't have to do that
immediately.
We can ignore that. You don't have to do that. All right, so here's how flurry works. You get 4 attacks with 3 actions. Basically, your first action, you roll twice at your standard number. So just roll twice right now and add your bonus.
Okay.
Your bonus to strike. I'm gonna get rocked.
So I'm taking the highest.
No,
of the rolls?
no. Basically, one action gets you 2 hits because you're using flurry.
Oh.
Yeah, so you're like boom, boom, and they take it.
Okay.
Because then when you do your second and third action, you can attack again if you want. They're just at penalty. So let's see how you do with the first 2.
Okay, the first one was a 24 to hit.
Yes, on the money because I'm large.
Second one was a 28 to hit.
That hits me as well. So now roll your damage for those 2 as I get clocked in the face.
Oh, boom, boom, boom.
And I'll let you describe how you do this because you're a GM. I'm assuming you can do that. I have faith in you.
Yeah. So take for the first one, you're taking 10 damage.
Okay.
For the second one, you're taking 12 damage.
Okay. That's pretty good.
So describe
Yeah, and I mean,
what's it look like?
This guy's head his head is popped out of the door. His whole body hasn't even come out yet.
No.
And before his whole body can come out, I mean, I grab his head like this and I bring it down on my knee like multiple times. Just trying to wring the consciousness out.
So now with that, you have 2 actions left. Would you like to hit again at a -4 and then hit again at a -8 because you're using a finesse weapon? Or do you have some other action that you would like to do?
No, I'm just going to keep hitting him, and because I've attacked with more than twice, I can try that stunning blow, right?
And then if you want to do stunning fist, I roll. It's your class DC. I will look at that. Go ahead and give me your other 2 rolls, and I will look at your DC for you while you're doing so.
Okay, first roll.
I'm gonna get rocked.
Is a 22.
That doesn't hit. Don't forget, you got 2 hero points left.
Ooh.
Oh, I do have 2. I'm using it. Let's go all out here. I mean, let's do it.
Might as well.
Here's a. So I'm re-rolled, and instead I got a 29.
That hits me.
Wow.
And then at -8 on this one.
For another 10 damage.
Okay. I'm not liking where this is going so far. You are ringing
And
me.
-8 on
Yep.
this.
It's like fishing. You're hoping you get something.
Oh, terrible. Let's see. I got a 14 -8 is a 6. I rolled it to a total of 8.
So with the silver that you have like embedded in your hands and in your knees to be able to fight this kind of stuff, you grab him and you're just kneeing him in the face over and over. And that last one, he gets a claw in and shoves your leg back to the ground. And he looks up at you like nose bloody and everything else. He goes, "You hit like Felmo."
All right.
And then that goes to the next person in line. I believe that is Ingrid, I believe, right?
Yes. So I'm invisible in the tent. So on my
person shaking in a bag.
Yeah. So my first action is going to be I'm going to say who are you? Are you a prisoner?
The person. So someone played the Epic Everready Arsenal, which is a card for Streamloots. And the boy reaches across out of the bag and grabs a steel pole that's in there to like put tents up and swings in the area. But because he's using a large area, it hits the 2 squares. And he's going to try to hit you while you're invisible.
Okay. And this is the guy, the kid in the bag.
The kid in the bag, yeah, kid in the bag. And
All
he
right.
one-hands this pole that's like a pole arm in length. One hands it.
Yeah.
See the muscles in this furry arm ripple, and he swings once. I think I have to roll a flat 10 check because you're invisible. I succeed, and I hit a 31.
So let me check my AC on that because
is it over 10?
You hit.
Is it over 10? Is it 10 over?
No, it's exactly 10 over. Yeah. So it's a crit.
So he plops you with this pole arm, dealing 7. What a horrible roll. 7, 8, 9, 10. I did 18 points of damage as he's like swinging in the room. Get away! And he's like swinging. He's like, I don't want to go back. I'm not going to become oil.
I'm gonna step back out of the way, and I'm gonna say, we're not gonna make you oil, but I'm not gonna deal with this furry guy. So I'm gonna poke my head out of the tent.
Okay.
And
the blood slowly vanishes.
And I'm gonna look around, and can I see from where I am, poking out of the tent? Can I see?
Dead Felmo? Yeah, absolutely. There's a blood spot. It's right there.
Do I see? Can I see Xandrite battling something?
Yeah, there's a glow. You can see silhouettes of him and a larger creature fighting. And one of the claws like reaches past out the door, like 10 foot, coming back in to grab him. But it does not look human.
Okay, I'm going to
2 actions
keep my invisibility. I have 2 actions left. I'm going to use 1 action to inspire courage in my comrade. So I'm going to use a focus point to inspire courage.
Only if that Bard book would have came out. So and what does that give everybody?
It gives everybody +1 on on attack rolls, damage rolls, and saves against fear.
Cool. That's smart because I'm actually going to make people roll fear here in a minute.
There
you got another action left. What do you want to do?
And then with my 3rd action, I will
get murdered.
I will see if I fire a weapon, I'm going to become visible, right?
You are.
So I'm going to hold off on that. And instead, what am I going to do instead?
I don't know.
I'm going to I'm gonna hold my 3rd action in case anybody casts a spell, and I can or comes this way, or if anybody casts a spell, and I'll save my counter performance as an option.
There's a bullshit power, by the way. It is some bullshit power, but it's so good.
As soon as I hear somebody casting a spell, I'm just gonna go nah.
Yeah, I know how the spell works. It's crap. It's absolute crap. I feel for Dimension 20 when the counterspell war happened. So that is you. That takes us to, I think, Fen. Yeah, Fen. Dead Felmo.
Gosh, I gotta say, it's really, really tempting to cast Summon Plant or Fungus centered on Felmo and bring back Felmo more powerful than ever before.
You should do that.
However, I know that 2 turns later, it will get shot and killed, so I'm going to cast
Not if it makes it to the cabin. I can't shoot you inside the cabin.
Plants are not known for being very fast. Yeah, I don't think they'll make it. I think 25 feet. Nah, I want to cast Lightning Bolt.
Lightning Bolt.
Yeah. Let's do it.
All right. Where is it going this time? There's still people on top. You're seeing at least 2 silhouettes up there, and you see the big guy in the door, but if you shoot the big guy, you're also going to hit Xandrite.
So
it is a line.
So Lightning Bolt, it's a straight line. Am I able to so I can move up to 30 feet? Could I go right here and then that's still going to hit my buddy?
I mean, you would have to move, I think, to here to be able to get a line safely.
And I don't think I can reach there. Honestly, I could care less about the big scary person. It's the ones with the guns who killed Felmo. So I definitely want to blow another hole in the roof.
I mean, you do you.
Can I use 0 points to make bad things happen to the bad guys?
Sorry, this is not that game. But you can definitely use them to re-roll the bad roll that you do.
Okay, I will.
But you're going to be doing damage, so I have to make my saves. The first guy critically failed. Is there something that happens on critical failures? Both of my
it doesn't
gunmen,
have one
both of my
listed.
gunmen critically failed. Both of my
I think
gunmen.
it's called frying.
It doesn't have one listed.
Then it just does double damage.
Yeah.
So here's how we do double damage in PF2 on Ethauntia Dark Tides. Are you ready for this?
Uh-oh.
Max the first set, roll the second half. Crit should feel like crits.
Oh wow. Okay, so that's 48 damage for the first two. And then an additional 22 damage.
So the second guy stands up and he goes, I got you,
70
Orion.
points.
And he aims out and starts taking shots. As he takes the first shot, the electricity hits the bullet, hits the gun, hits him, and he just cooks. And there's nothing on the top half. His buddy also gets up because they're a firing line and takes it in the chest, and it blows him off the back of the cabin because he's the last person to get hit. You hear the boom again. You have actions left. What do you want to do?
Love it. I glance back at the Thelma's jacket blowing in the snow, and I do have guidance, and I would like to give a +1 bonus to. So Ingrid already went, right?
Yep. The last person is the captain, but he's in a tent. You can see him actually from where you are.
Can I give guidance to the captain?
Sure, you can have guidance to the captain, and then I go.
I would like to say, when I say my guidance, I'd be like, "Do it for Felmo," and then that's what I say.
Do it for Felmo. So you hear howling out in the woods, and then you hear cats like, and there's some fight going out north of you between two creatures, and the trees are shaking like crazy. Back to the big guy in Xandrite as he pushes the leg back down and he pulls the hand down from above. He pulls out this oversized pistol that on the side of it just says bullet parlor. And it's got a revolver like this big on it. And he goes to grab onto you. So I'm going to make my first attack. I need to know what your grapple DC is. Again, this is your fortitude +10, I believe. Or no. Fort +10. And then I think you have Titan Grappler, which gives you a bonus. Xandrite. Fort bonus +10, and then whatever you get from Grappler. I think it's a plus... Oh, up to 2 sizes larger. That means you can grapple me. Man, you suck.
Yeah. I'm a Titan grappler, so I got that would it would be 23.
So let me double check something here. I believe you actually use your athletics. I lied to you. It's even better. It's 10 plus your athletics bonus.
Ooh.
Oh, God. Okay.
Because of your feet.
So then it's 24.
All right. Ready? I got a 26.
Ooh.
I grab you and claw you. You take a whopping 9 points of damage because I rolled poorly, but he grabs you. With his other hand, he sticks the pistol onto the gem and just starts pulling the trigger. So I'm going to make 2 flurry attack.
Ouch.
With a double shot, a double tap. I hit a 26 and a 20.
26 hits.
Does 20 hit?
No.
I do a total of 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 15 points of damage as the first bullet ricochets and cracks, and the other one just bounces off your stone as he cocks back and hits your chest instead of the gem. Now, because of what I am, I have an action I get to do because I have you grappled, and I'm going to bite you. I don't think stone's going to taste good, but I do a pretty good bite. Does an 18 hit you?
No.
So he's holding you, and he shoots twice, and while the sparks are flying, he bites onto your face and starts ripping you around, trying to toss you. But I don't do any damage to you because you're made of stone. In the distance, you hear the howl.
Even that claw just like bounces off of the stone. Even the claw that would have done 6 damage bounces off the stone of my skin. The bullets that should have gone through me crack a little bit. Well, you see a little bit of cracking on my skin, but that does not hurt as much as you might expect.
That I want it to, and the howl goes off, and I need a fear save from everybody that can hear it, which is the entire crew. Only people who can't is the ship because the cannons went off. And you're partially deaf after a cannon goes off on the ship.
What's up? Everybody gets +1. Everybody gets +1.
Will save. Everyone gets a will save +1. Come on, failures. Come on, failures.
Will save. Ooh. That might be a failure.
Do you want to spend your action point?
I totally do. I'm going to spend a hero point. I'm going to thank the chat, and I'm going to spend a hero point because that was below average.
It doesn't make me happy. Spank them. Spank the chat.
Oh my God! I rolled the exact same number again. I spent a hero point.
Hate to see it.
I love to see it. What did you get?
It was a 4, so that's a 17 will.
All right. 17's the low so far. What about everybody else?
26.
Cool.
Got a
Cool story,
32.
bro. 32. You're fine. That's a critical success.
Yes.
What do you got?
I rolled a 19, but I'm using my last hero point on that.
All right.
So
that means
it's going to be a.
See what you got.
That means a 33.
Oh
yes. You needed a 22 to make the save, everybody.
Oh.
For those who fail, which I think was only the abandoned, right? Only Ingrid.
Yes, only
Ingrid.
only the abandoned.
You look down at yourself and you hear popping, but because you're invisible though, it's shimmery and you don't know what's wrong, but your arms feel weird and your fingers ache like you've been in the cold for like days. You take 1d6 points of damage. You take 3 points of damage. As you feel, did someone just play what I think they played? I just heard I'll swallow your soul. Someone played a Dark Tides card. As your hands start to like elongate and you feel something weird and 2 fingernails hit the snow.
Ooh. Oh.
As you're looking at your hands, but you're translucent, it's hard to tell. And then there's a yell from the ship. Captain, Dark Tides incoming! Captain, it's your turn.
He'll yell, back to the ship.
I will note that Serving Hands gave you a Sanctuary card earlier. So if you want to spend Sanctuary, you can make a bubble that is 20 foot around you that can fight up to level 5 tides. You don't know what strength these are, but it's possible to use.
Well, if the snow is doing what it's doing right now, there's a good chance that might not be powerful enough. So he's going to yell back to the ship as he's going to yell to the kid, follow me, or else you're going to die badly here.
Wow.
And he runs out of the tent.
You were going to cap that kid. I thought for sure that was what your answer was going to be to this. I'm highly disappointed. All right. Go ahead and give me your movements. Are you carrying the kid or just telling him to come with you?
No, I'm telling him to come with me. He can carry himself. He's fine.
All right. Give me a roll. Or actually, give me your first movement. And then I got to do something to you.
I don't know. Every time I try to move on roll 20,
you're bad
there
at
it goes. Okay.
All right, where did you move for your first 25 movement? Perfect.
To there.
As you get to there, you see the kid crawl out, and his feet are manacled in silver.
God damn it.
You didn't take him out of the bag.
I ripped the bag open. I didn't see his feet were manacled. Motherfucker.
Really? If you ever ripped canvas open, that is not how that goes. That's like fighting with bubble wrap. You can see him. You know, he's a wolf. You just can't see his feet. They're definitely manacled so they can't run.
Son of a bitch.
You do have a +1 bonus to something.
Oh, yeah.
Run back, pick him up. And that's my action. Actually, does he make it out of the tent? Or is he still in the tent? Because I wouldn't have seen him if he wasn't out of the tent.
He crawled out to the square right in front.
Okay, then I would have been here. So I get back to here and pick him up. and I call again. If I see Xandrite on the porch, I'm going to yell to him to get back to the ship.
All right. And then what are you going to do with your other action?
I picked him up. That is.
Oh, you picked him up. Okay. Then that takes us to the last
the ship
person.
firing.
No, they reloaded. They go next round. This is the full round of reload. Then that takes us to...
God, it's only the second round still.
Guns firing. I don't have anyone left because they got hit with lightning bolts.
Yeah.
And it just doesn't turn out well. That takes us to the top of the list, back to Xandrite and the Brawlers duel in the doorway. What would you like to do?
Yeah. All right. I'm going to hit him with a couple of... For my first 2 actions, I want to hit him twice with a flurry of blows, seeing if I can stun him this time. All right, so my first attack, and I'm getting +1 on this, right? So that's a 27 to hit.
Nice.
Yeah, oh yeah, that hits. It doesn't crit, but it definitely hits me.
Take
I don't want to
13 damage.
I don't want to take damage from you. I don't want to do it. All right, I'll take my 13 damage. Go ahead.
Second one is a 29 to hit.
Yes, yes, that hits me too. I'm gonna
Take another 30.
I'm gonna get rocked by a stone monk, and there's nothing I can do about it.
That's what happens when you fight a stone monk.
That's the first mistake.
Yeah, never get a door frame with a stone monk.
Yeah.
So this time it's like it's like a backhand, forward hand, backhand. And then I'm gonna use my third action. I want to jump off of this porch and onto that tree.
I just want to point out you're slapping a 10-foot tall ocelot in the face, just like it's apparently how you discipline large animals.
Kicking the shit out of these bendy arm kids.
back in the forest of elven kind, we used to slap our cats around to teach them. Oh my gosh. Do you have actions left? What do you want to do? I'm still standing though. I'm still standing.
On my last action, I want to jump onto that tree that's to my left.
This one here?
Yes.
Absolutely. So I do get an attack opportunity because this is one of the creatures in PF2 that do get them. And I am going to go for Titan Grapple again. Does a 32 get you?
Oh. It does.
32 is you
but it's
jump.
Not by 10.
He grabs your foot, and you see him crush, and he brings you down hard on the stairs, like just wringing out a carpet. Boom! Oh. You take 19 points of damage.
Ooh!
As he's got your foot now. He's like, "Where are you going, toy?"
Is that slashing?
No, it's bludgeoning because I hit you on steps.
Oh,
I mean, don't get me wrong. You do get cut up falling down steps, but it's bludgeoning. So with that, you're out of actions, right? All right. As you do that, he looks up and across to the man holding the bag, and he says, "You're not fleeing with my kids." And then that would take us to, I believe, our lovely bard who just lost his fingernails in the snow, who's invisible.
Oh, exactly. So I'm whatever's going on with the werewolves and the bags, not for me. No interest in that.
Just fleeing from the scene of the crime.
So I'm gonna just step away from that.
Okay.
So I see. So I hear the captain yell, "Get in the ship."
Yep, get in the Silver Spur.
Okay.
Yep.
And so
the chopper.
And I know that's I know about the tide coming in and just how bad it can be.
Yeah, so the tides bring some form of undead illness or sickness or something horrible. Every tide is different. You're near the mountains. Here it is known for being ghoul fever.
Ah, got it. All right. Well, I'm going to. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to use one action.
All right.
And I'm going to dance a little jig. Just kind of get everybody kind of pepped up. Clap my hands a little bit. I'm gonna cast Triple Time, which gives everybody plus 10 feet of bonus movement.
What is this bullshit? What is that? What does that do?
This is called barding it up hard.
I want to point out when I made these characters, I just put random spells on there that sounded like things that we use. I made your character first. I don't remember any of your spells.
Exactly. And I'm going to use all of them. So Triple Time.
Wow, is that a 1 action or a 2 action cast?
It's a 1 action cast.
Ah,
so
okay.
Everybody gets plus 10 feet of motion.
Sure, why not make the monk even faster?
And then I'm going to use my movement of 25, so 35. I'm going to move back towards the ship.
All right.
And then with my...
So that was 1 action to cast, 1 action to run. You got 1 action left.
Yeah, I got 1 action left. And I'm going to, with my last action... Ooh, what am I gonna do? So I can see the monk looks like he's in trouble, right?
I mean,
he
looked great until that like broken jumping slamming leap thing. He was fine up until that point. Fine.
Yeah, I wasn't worried about him until okay, but now I only have 1 action.
There's like
left,
cracks on his face and chest now.
All right. I'm gonna cast Inspire Courage again.
All right. Give me your roll
and give everybody a
plus to the save for fear, which is good because it's going to be made to make made again.
Yep.
So you're staying there. You're not going towards a ship. All right. So that takes
No. One of my actions was moving 35 feet back towards the ship.
Oh, gotcha. All right, then that takes us to the next person. I will move your character.
Yeah.
I mean, y'all are doing pretty well. I wouldn't say fantastic, but you're doing pretty well. So let's take us to Fen. With Falmo dead, an insult flung his way. Your Sailor Moon charm has left you in a snowy hellscape. What do you want to do?
So things are bad. They're about to get bad. We should go back to this ship.
This one here, yeah, that's a good idea.
Yeah, I'd like to scoop up Felmo.
Okay, so you run over to Felmo. What does Felmo look like when there's like the remains? Because you can bring your familiars back. You take time and you can resurrect
I'd like to think it's kind of like Baby Groot. Like I walk over there and inside there's a sapling. Either that or like...
You ever overwatered a plant where it just like droops? It just doesn't look like it's going to make it. It's like that with blood.
Okay, yeah. So I scoop up little baby Felmo. I say, you did good. And then we run back.
Felmo hurts. I made both death saves. One was a natural 20. He is alive with 1 hit point.
Oh my gosh. That makes me feel so happy.
No, it doesn't make me happy. I was really hoping for all 3 death saves.
I'm definitely going to give him good berries when I get back to the ship. But for now, that's my turn.
Flee. And he takes like 1 blood-soaked hand and like runs it down your face.
Is it kind of like Voldemort in that weird?
It's like it's like Star Wars where there's just a handprint on you now.
Okay.
Daddy, Father, why?
I got you, little buddy. I got you.
So,
and that's
that was your action. You pick them up.
Reactions.
Oh, you wasted all 3. That makes me so happy. And then that takes us
so fast. That's good.
It takes it to me. He slams him on the ground. And he starts shooting him in the back, like stepping on his legs, walking up him, shooting him, trying to put down the statue. He's like, I know all about you. My dad taught me where you're weak. My favorite enemy is elves and lycanthropes.
Ooh.
You hear all those dice rolls, everybody? That's 4 shots. As he fan fires the last 4 rounds. 32. Hits, right? Is that a crit? Is that a crit, Xandrite? Is 32 a crit?
Oh, that was me.
Oh, yeah. I walked up your leg shooting on you. Oh, yeah. I know the pain is so inspiring. You didn't know it was you.
No, it was not. No, it's not. Not a crit.
Okay, so 32, 28. That still hits, right?
Hits.
22.
Yep. Missed.
All right, then the other one doesn't hit either. So I hit you with 2. Boom, boom. First one is 10 points of damage. Second one is 13 points of damage. They are piercing rounds. Boom, boom. And then because you were still grabbed from last round, he is going to go for his bite. I rolled a 19. I am at a -8. That puts me 24.
Oh.
Good, just hits.
Oh.
That bite life. I unfortunately can't inflict the curse on you because you're a golem. I mean, I would love to. It'd be a really cool, weird thing to see, but I can't do that. And I'm going to give you, I think he is 2. Oh, yeah. This is what I'm talking about. 8. I do a total of 18 points of piercing damage when I bite you, and he reestablishes the grab. And he picks you up off the ground.
If it's piercing and not slashing, I drop.
It's piercing. You see him pick him up and throw him. And he hits the post on the porch and falls to the ground. Cracked. We're going to start your death saves here unless somebody can heal you.
Ooh.
Spit stone and rock out like he just ate asphalt falling from like off his bike. Just spits rock everywhere. And he points the gun and it clicks. And he points it at the captain. And he drops it to the ground. That takes you to you, Captain. The ship says, Captain, we're ready. And you see Zoggs throw somebody off of the ship and fire at him twice as he's falling.
Okay.
What would you like to do, Cap?
So the cabin takes another 86 points of damage.
All right.
Or is that going after me?
It goes to the very end of the round, but we're going to let John roll that. Remember, he's never rolled 12d12.
Oh, okay. Yeah, do it.
That's right. 89 damage.
Okay, we'll get to that at the end of the round. That is very bad for the cabin. Captain?
Am I still moving at plus 10?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, of course, because the bard is
that
a broken class.
Is that per move or is that per round?
Per move. It just adds to your stride.
Neat.
No. It's so crazy. Like battle maps now have to be in 10-foot increments in Pathfinder 2.
He's gonna run up, pull his gun.
Are you dropping the kid as a free action? That's all I care about.
Yeah, I drop him by the fire.
You drop the kid and he's thunk on the ground. He starts crawling away from everything.
And I'm going to actually drop as a free, move as 1, and I'm going to hunt prey.
All right.
On Duder.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to pull my pistol and shoot.
Give me a roll at shooting your own son.
Uh-oh.
It's cocked. What is the crit range on this gun?
Oh, they're always 20s. Unless you have something special. Yep,
damn.
it's a 20. Yep. It's because you can crit so easy.
So, yeah. What's my plus for that?
Deadpool's baby hand. Oh my god.
33 to hit him.
33? You hit me. You don't crit me, but that was close.
Okay. This is
Silver
my
bullet?
6-shot silver bullet.
Remember, you shot one into the air earlier.
Yeah, I've only got 5 left in the
All right.
Give me barrel.
Give me a roll.
Is burrowing part of? Oh wait, I'm sorry. What I say? 33?
All your
It's
rules
actually
for
a
your
35.
guns are at the bottom. That is a crit. All the rules are at the bottom of your sheet for the burrowing and all that stuff if you need to look at them. And I will say this, Xandrite, make sure you look at all your feats because you have some that help you with death.
Yeah.
I have a feeling you're probably not dead, like I hope.
Actually, it's 36. I lied.
That still crits.
Okay.
Regardless, I need your damage. Max first, roll the second half. This might put me down, actually.
So 12 plus 11 is 23 plus... is the burrowing part of the 6? It's part of the pistol, right? Or is that part of the ammunition?
It's part of the pistol. That's just the gun. Yep. The fatal. Fatal is a D8. If you crit, you roll fatal on top of that once.
Which I did.
Mm-hmm. Burrowing ignores armor.
26 points of damage.
I'm still up. You shoot him. Boom. You hit him in the shoulder where you drop the gun. And you see like blood coming out. Now the smell, you know it's Jacob.
Oh.
And your amulet's like... But he's a cat. He's an ocelot, which makes... That's not right. So...
Well, if he got bit by this elder that they were talking about, then...
Yep. Possibly.
Yeah, I would.
Are you done?
I'm out of actions.
People climb up to the top of the roof behind the building. You see all the rifles level as a firing squad of 10 of these shifters line up to fire down on the group. The glint of a scope tracks Ingrid as she's running towards it, even while she's invisible. And the cannons from the ship go off before me. As they rip into the building, destroying the front half, hitting the main bad guy as well. He catches one of them, gets tossed into the house as round after round goes in. And there's an explosion as they hit the rift, and something magical explodes on the outside. And you see you get it engulfed in this bluish aqua aura. Xandrite, I need a fortitude save for you. And I also need your first death save.
Okay.
Death saves are just
the fort save first.
Yep, fort save first, please. It is versus it's not dying, but it is versus magic.
Am I getting a +1 on saves from the bard?
No,
First
plus
fear.
1 for it's just for fear, and it's attack, damage, and fear.
Yep.
So not good. On the fort save, it's a 14.
Do you want to spend the last hero point that was given to us, or do you want to save that to auto stabilize? Your choice.
Can we give hero points?
Nope.
Damn it.
I'll use it. I'll use it for this.
Okay, roll.
That's better. A 22.
And what did you roll last time?
14.
It was a 14.
You needed an 18, so it's good that you rolled again. As the magic start pulling the building back into the rift, it's like crumpling pieces and shoving it back inside. And the hand comes out of that, trying to grab you.
Oh.
And you see that blue and gray paw come out. And he says, I don't miss a mark as I go to grab you. What is your death save for me, please, as we end tonight?
Oh, I rolled a 3.
The void collapses. And his leg is gone, but his body is still laying there.
Oh.
As the tides roll in under the ship, I need everyone to give me an athletics check to get back to the ship before the tides roll in. And there's a second part to this. There are 2 people who have cuffs around their legs. If you want to pick them up, your DC is 4 higher.
Do I get any sort of advantage since I'm like right in front of the ship?
I'll make your DC lower.
Okay.
I'll bump it down a level.
Thank you, Dan.
Hey, you asked. I wouldn't have given it otherwise because I don't care.
So before I do this, though, before I even run to the ship, I'm going to look back to see is Xandrite getting up? Is he...
There's a glowing light, and that's it. And you see it fading, and you see him laying on the ground, and the back half of his leg from like just above the knee and down is gone.
Oh,
he's 800 pounds. I will pre-warn that before you say, I'm going to go over and drag him.
No. I'm going to, so I have a healing potion. I'm going to see 5, 10, 15, 20, 20. Can I throw the healing potion to Everett with one of my actions?
Sure. Everett, you got a bandolier. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Can you make me an attack roll?
Yeah. I'm going to toss this to you, Everett, so that you can give this to Xandrite and hopefully get him up. Use this to revive the stone one.
So you throw it. You get your dexterity bonus plus your level. And you are trained in it, so another +2.
So that's a 13 plus my dex bonus is 15.
Perfect.
Plus my level is 20. Yeah, 2.
Everett, a potion goes flying by you. Perfect throw.
He reaches up, catches it. He says, "Bring the ship. There's kids in the tents." And he's going to throw the barrier over the tents so that it is encased. Erik, I have a question for you. If I shift, can I move him? Am I strong enough to do it?
When you shift, you gain 10 more to your speed, to your stride, on top of the 10 you're already given.
Is there any strength bonus?
Yeah, 4. You can try. It will be hard.
I only have a 12 to begin with. That's not going to do it.
It's an athletics check.
Oh, to pick him up?
It's worth a shot.
Well, I'm going to move to him anyway to get the potion in him, and then he's a monk.
Move yourself there.
He's pretty handy at moving.
Yeah, he's definitely not leggy anymore, but he's definitely handy.
Well, I can still at least give him a kip up. I'm gonna down the potion down his throat.
Okay. So as that happens and you run over, shove the potion in his throat, heal him the damage that he gets back. I think it's a minor you said you threw at him, right?
Yeah.
All right. So heal a minor potion worth. And then I'm going to go down the list here as we close this out to give everyone their actions. First, let's go with Xandrite. You're awake. You've been healed. How many hit points we'll figure out in a minute here. You're missing your leg. On the other end is a burned humanoid that looks like Jacob. He's no longer in the cat form. His lower half has been seared off, and there's just like a magical glow from like the upper thigh down. As he has been cut as well when he was trying to pull you with him, but you weighed so much he pulled himself out of the hole. Like an anchor. He's climbed up next to him, and Everett, you see your kid laying there, and the fangs slowly receding back.
Ah, damn it.
Kids these days.
Bastard.
And the kid goes, "I'm just doing a job."
I'm hopping back towards the ship.
Okay, so you get the help of Everett, but when you look to your left, there is. Want to flip your token for us?
Oh, I didn't shift.
You should, or you're not gonna be able to do this.
Oh, really? Okay.
You're gonna be strong enough to pick him up. There's no way because you get a bonus to athletics when you shift. I'm zoomed way in. I think everybody will be able to see this. So when he shifts, you hear the popping and cracking noise as this skin sheds off of him as this large wolf with 2 different color eyes wearing the clothes of Everett picks Xandrite up. I need an athletics check from you. And then Xandrite, give me an athletics check as well as you are helping each other. I need our athletics check for the man climbing onto the boat, Fen. And I need to know what Ingrid is doing as this is going on as well.
So now that I've
use a hero point.
Now that I tossed the potion, I figured I did my job. I'm getting I'm getting out of there. So I'm going
Athletics
to
check.
try to athletics check. Here we go.
You need a 20.
Only
I'm
a
telling you this
15.
out of the gate.
All right. Well, I rolled a 19.
You're fine. You run by Fen, grab the ladder, start climbing your way up as you see another body pass, and 2 more shots go off as he shoots another person off the ship.
Ooh.
You're on the ship. You can see there's a bunch of dead bodies shifting back. And you just see spent casings of revolver ammunition all over the deck of the Silver Spur. Zoggs is scratched up, feathers missing, his beak is chipped, and right now it's covered in blood, and there's a werewolf laying on the ground next to him. Fen, what do you got?
So what I can only describe as a parent lifting a car off of their baby, I got a natural 20 on my athletic check as I caress Thelmo in my arms. I squat down and just leap onto the ship and turn back and cast one rebuke at the crumbling cabin.
All right. As you climb up, your hands like vine as you get up on the side of the ship, climbing your way up quickly. Since this ship is something that you made, you grew the silver ashen wood needed to build the ship. You're kind of one and the same. It's almost like you're moving grove or circle as a druid.
That's
as you
pretty
get
dope.
yourself up on the ship, the cannons automatically reload. As you see vines start putting shells back into the cannons to fire again into the cabin. Roll me 12 D12.
Oh my gosh. I definitely should have stayed on the ship now that I see this. So I only have 2 D12s here. So is it okay if I roll those and multiply them?
Care.
Okay, so I got a 9 and an 11. So that's an even 20 times 6 will make 120 damage.
The cannon rounds shoot out past Everett and Xandrid as the camera pans back into the globe that they've made, the ship taking off, and the tides crashing over top of the shell, holding the tides. It's this black, almost wispy at first as it wraps around the globe and grabs it. You hear the moans of creatures as sharks fly by next to the ship. Faces distraught, body parts getting thrown out of their mouth of the ghoul sky sharks fly by and careen into the side of the shell of light. The closing scene I need is Everett and Xandrite giving me an athletics check to make it in the shell before the tides and the sharks wash over you. I am super cool killing off the captain and having the Silver Spur not have a captain. It's totally fine by me.
Damn it.
I will tell you, we have 1 hero point that has been played since, and we also have a victim card that I'm happy to play if one of you die.
You said I need a 20 to make this?
Yeah, 20 to make this. And then we're going to do our closing comments and pass it off to a show out of Germany.
All right, I'm using my last hero point.
There we go.
Because I rolled a 10, that only gives me a 19. Wait, do I have a plus?
You have a +4, so +2 to your strength, and you have a +4 to athletics because you're in your shifted form.
Oh, 23, I'm good.
All right. Xandrite, you have a -4 because you're missing a leg, but you're a monk, so you can still try.
Yeah, not good.
Want to use that last hero point? Want to use that last hero point?
Sure.
All right. Give me a last hero point as we close out our show for the evening with this last roll.
Crit.
Oh! Just trying to kill people off. Come on. So as we close out the show tonight, the camera pans back as the Silver Spur burst through the tides out into the sky as the last barrage of cannon rounds go off of wolves coming out of the forest towards the cabin, and they just rain hell down on top of them from the Silver Spur. When they hit, you just see explosions around them, leaving bodies in its wake. Days pass. There's a cut of Xandrite getting a new leg carved out of metal and attached to him from an Atomis Order of Gold crafter. You have now a mechanical leg that operates through pure magic. Cuts to Everett holding, I'm assuming, the remains, that patch of his son, since he did not carry his son back.
I was going to try.
And forgiveness was not given tonight. All night long, the camera shows your son walking around the outside of the bubble in the tides, calling for you. And every time you go or reach or think about going out, he's not there. Cuts to you making your way back to Merrifield as ghost ships are raining hell all over the city of Merrifield. And the episode that we had left off when you were all attacked by ghost ships, the Silver Spurs arriving wounded, injured, and wrecked. And that is the end of tonight's episode with the wonderful guests from Beadle and Grimm. I hope you guys enjoyed the insanity that was tonight's show. For those watching, thank you for all the Stream Loot cards played. And before we go, we have a couple of announcements. Let's start, obviously, with the guest of the hour. Who out of the three of you are going to talk about what's coming up?
I'll give it a shot. So first of all, Erik, thank you. This was super fun, super weird, and a lot of fun. But we had
You gave me the 3 words. I didn't make them up.
It's true. If we had only known. Ocelot beard oil. That was a...
Hey, it was in the barrels. No one opened them. They were flammable.
Nice. So for us, the big exciting news is at Beadle and Grimm's. We make great stuff for playing games. Our next product that you're going to be able to get is a silver edition of the new D&D Van Richten's Guide to Ravenloft. So we are creating an amazing silver box.
Dope.
That has all of the, speaking of like dark and spooky, all of these horror themed domains that you can read about. There's some really, really cool things in the box. We're going to start pre-orders for that soon in April. And there's going to be something we've never done before with this box. That
you're going to deliver me
announce.
With the box.
So we would actually be arrested for that and scare a lot of people, especially if you had to cross state lines to do that.
Just a big beard.
No, but this box, it's a silver box, Van Richten's Guide to Ravenloft, but there's something about the box that we have never done before that we are really, really excited about, and we can't wait to share it. We will announce it in April, but go to our website, sign up for the mailing list. There's a reason why we're not taking pre-orders yet. Because there's some really really fun stuff about the box that we're really looking forward to. So sign up for our mailing list. Go to our website.
Depleted uranium.
Beadleandgrims.com. It may glow. We're not going to say one
sulfur
way or the
candles. Sulfur candles. No, not the sulfur candles.
This is Wizards of the Coast. They don't allow stuff to burn. So we're really excited about that. We have a lot of other stuff coming up this summer. There's more products, more adventures. Oh, and the last thing is our Kickstarter is still actually on Crowdox until the 31st. So just for another few days. So if you want to, you can still go to Kickstarter and follow the link to Crowdox. You can still order our dice. Still order the Pathfinder Complete Character Chronicles for a druid, a fighter, a wizard, a cleric, or a rogue, or all of them.
So excited for my wizard book. Oh my God.
The wizard book, I will say, looks stupendous.
I know. I've seen it.
Yes, Erik already has. So it's actually already been approved and is going to the printer. We've seen the covers. It's some really, really amazing stuff. So until the 31st, you can actually still get in on it and get the orders in. So do that. And that's all I got, unless John or Justice want to.
Aren't you on a show tomorrow? Are you going to pimp your show tomorrow?
Oh, yeah. Justice, why don't you pimp our show tomorrow?
Yeah, tomorrow at 6 p.m. Pacific time, we will be doing a short GaryCon stream where we're going to basically do a virtual booth here. One of our favorite parts about conventions is getting to connect, getting to show off the cool things we have. letting people ask
Nice.
questions about it and tell us about how they use stuff in their games. And we have currently are taking pre-orders for the next printing of our legendary Curse of Strahd. So we're going to do an unboxing of that. We also have a promo throughout GaryCon that is, if you get a silver edition of Rime of the Frost Maiden, which is available on our website right now, you actually get a free adorable Yeti Tyke plushie, so that you can terrorize.
I want a
look at it.
Felmo.
What?
You basically, you get one Felmo.
One Felmo.
adorable Yeti Tyke. So either sleep tight with the Yeti Tyke, and
I just want to point out that he reached to his bed and grabbed the stuffed animal. I'm just saying that's what probably happened. For myself and Drew, since we're running short on time, we'll be on Band of Badgers tomorrow at 3 p.m. CST for their Drinks Are Us, their dino race. I don't even know what we're doing at this point.
It was supposed to be a dino race, but Dave said we're replacing role playing with drinking. I was like, all right.
Sounds like a convention to me,
Whatever.
so I'm super pumped for that. I might sit outside and have a cigar while we're doing it. That would be pretty dope, even though it's cold here. And then on Saturday, over on the other GaryCon channel, I will be running Fenrir Rising, a Cyberpunk 2077 actual play. It is rated R. I am warning that in advance to all the precious ears out here. Okay? It's a pre-warning. Right. Join us. It'll be at 6 p.m. PST, 8 p.m. CST, where Megan Caves is joining us, and maybe something special is going to happen during that show. Thank you to all the sponsors, Norse Foundry for making all the stuff I do possible, Beadle and Grimm for sponsoring us. I can't wait to do the live review, and I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your GaryCon. We are going to transfer over to, it looks like, a group out of Germany called Yoast, Round 1. I feel like I need to do this. Hold on. I feel like I need to do this. Round 1. Fight. But I don't know if that's actually what we're supposed to do. Have a great night, everybody. I hope you enjoyed Ethauntia. Click on my name, Erik Frankhouse Presents, to follow EFP. We are live starting the first week of April on Tuesday. And
first Tuesday.
We are going to be on a train traveling the world. So I'm pretty excited for that. Have a great one, everybody. If you want some horror, I'll see you in April. Bye.
Thank you.